Rio characters can you name? None. Adventure Time characters? That's kind of fun.
That is kind of
At
fun.
least in the first season.
My Little Pony characters.
Imagine knowing the characters in My Little Pony.
I can't imagine.
Yes.
Categories. Anime.
Don't we have
manga.
some tier lists left in the?
We might have some stragglers left, but I wanted to see if there anything popped out also. All Naruto characters. Use this one. There's not even that many. What? Okay, this one definitely is like missing like 90% of the characters. What the fuck is like anyone?
I agree.
Hunter x Hunter characters.
Oh yeah, why don't we do that? We could do that.
I mean, we could. We might be here a while.
I rewatched two episodes.
Okay, we don't need to do all of them, but yeah. You did?
Like
Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, like I ran out of anime to watch, so I just watched the Palace Invasion episode and the first episode of the Kazara.
I still remember most of these guys because I've watched Hunter x Hunter like 4 times.
Okay, and we are live.
Okay.
Yes.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
I mean, I've said this many times, but imagine that you're bent over a table, getting violated, and you just hear Edward Ulrich behind you. That must be the most terrifying thing you've ever experienced.
What?
I have no idea.
I've said this before.
I've said that many times. I'm talking about Vic Mignogna and his crimes against humanity. Yeah.
Okay. I missed that.
Yes.
See, all the Ed and Al's voice actresses in Japan could never do anything wrong because they're girls.
Okay, that's a good way to do that.
Yeah, when you get boys to voice them, then that goes wrong. Anyway, speaking of girls who look like boys or boys who look like girls, let's. What about Edward here?
Okay, this is hard.
Yep.
Fine.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to A, actually. We might be going...
Why?
I mean, Al's better than Ed.
Well, because main characters tend to have an issue of not being, like, the most interesting character in their story. They're definitely
but they don't have to be the most interesting to get to the highest tier.
But think of all the other good characters in Full Metal Alchemist. I mean...
I don't think that they had that much.
But Jaws, when do you say, like, if someone asks you, like, what are your favorite few characters from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, even if you listed up to, like, 5, do you think Ed would be in the top 5?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for me, definitely.
I mean, if this was a list of shonen protagonists and you put him in S, that would be fair.
I will say
but
Ed, like, one of the things that can undercut some of the more interesting moments in the show is Ed spazzing out and going crazy over a variety of different things and just
but that's a
becoming
problem
goofy and silly and throwing things.
Yeah.
Well, but it's mostly Ed who does that, though.
But that's not Ed's fault. It's the writer's fault.
How dare you blame Hiro Morikawa? And the character is also what the writer does. He doesn't exist.
I know. Yeah, we've talked about this before, so I was half joking.
Unless Hiro Morikawa met this cool dude called Edward in real life, and she based him off of him.
I mean, I'm always encouraging people to be stingy with the S's because it's easy to overdo it early, then you have to go back and call the S's.
I assume if you think Ed is S, then you think Al is also S.
Yes.
Yeah, Al's S.
I think Al is better than Ed, so I agree. If Ed is an S...
If it was up to me, Ed would probably be A and Al would be S.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement. Well, I mean, like, I feel like there's not much to say about them because they're such an iconic duo, really. But yeah, they just have like a really satisfying arc. I kind of enjoy that Al goes through more like he has more like crises of faith, where he has to worry about if he has a little like teen angst moment where he's worried about being a synthetic life form. Then he starts worrying about that his fucking soul is going to disconnect from his body. He's got a lot of stuff on his plate, but he's always like nice and responsible. He's very kind-hearted.
Responsible.
Yes. And then we have Winry Rockbell. I'd say like B.
I'm fine with B.
Yeah, I would probably put it between A and B, but B is fine.
Yeah,
she's like the perfect love interest. Like she's.
Yeah. I mean, she does not have that much to do in the overall.
She does more cool stuff earlier on in the story, like pre the Xing characters showing up. She's very prominent. She has cool moments of like understanding what's going on when the boys are being dumb. She's kind of kicking them into gear. Then she kind of gets relegated to Rush Valley for a long time. It is cool when she goes up north and Kimberly has her as a hostage for a bit.
I like the north section is the one where I always have the most problems with in the show.
It is like where the show probably lags
where it gets
the most,
a bit dull, and that's the only dull stretch.
The abandoned mining ghost town, like, is sort of a confusing sequence because characters constantly run away and then encounter each other, and then there's explosions. There's people flip-flopping their sides. Four chimeras change their allegiance. Scar decides to team up with the guys, and Winry forgives them, and they're gonna snipe Kimberly, but then they don't. But then, like, it's like a big clusterfuck kind of. But yeah, I mean, the whole show's good. But yeah, I would never say that the Briggs is like my favorite parts. But it does have some cool stuff in there though.
I like a lot of the Briggs people, but they confuse me a bit. It annoys me that Olivia constantly she flip-flops between yelling about how loyal they are to each other and how it's this Darwinian dog-eat-dog place where if you're left alone you're fucked. By the end I didn't know if she just said that ironically or she just thinks it sounds cool but never thought about it.
Who can tell?
She says it's a little too much.
Because when you get to Briggs, they're all like, "We're a bunch of selfish bastards. You better watch out for us." And then they're all the most self-sacrificing characters.
They're like, we're all the loyalist people.
Like half the Briggs characters are like at some point try to die to save other Briggs characters.
It's like Dr. House. It's like she's like, I'll be a hard ass, and you're definitely fired if you do that. But then they do it anyway, and they go, shucks. I won't leave you to die in the tunnels after all.
Yeah, it's not like I'm loyal to you or anything, Baka.
Yeah, Baka. Hey, look, it's Paracelsus. I mean von Hohenheim.
It's Agrippa.
What do you think of Mr.
I'll say A.
Theophrastus Bombastus himself? Yeah, I think A too. Yeah. He's like bordering on S, but I think a lot of that is just he gets cool brooding points. But he is also like is kind of a goofy dude who stumbles around.
He gets a lot of.
That's part of what's fun about him as well. That he's also.
I think he gets used just right. Like he doesn't overstay his welcome.
I mean, he gets a lot of credit for how much better he gets as the show goes along. And it's not ham-fisted. It's not like Hohenheim has this massive change of heart or anything. It's just you steadily understand his position more and more until you like him by the end, which is hard to do that.
It's like it's really cool the way it's done, where prior to the reveal of Father, where you don't know that they're two separate people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. And he kind of works better really as a part of Ed and Al's characters than as his own guy in a way. Because he is like, well, he's such a big part of their whole like existence and like personality and motivation. Whereas they're all basically a big part of like his life emotionally, like he loves them, but like what he's trying to do and stuff, they're really a very irrelevant part of the whole picture of him having this crazy backstory and inventing alkahestry and spending hundreds of years setting up this fucking insane thing. It's like, and I have kids too. Whereas he's like a big monument in Ed's brain. He lives rent free.
Yeah, fair enough. The mom, I don't care.
Trisha
Put her
Elric.
wherever.
I mean, she's more of a plot.
Yeah,
device,
more like a plot device than a character.
Especially in Brotherhood,
she's like, yeah, she's kind. She's interesting.
B.
I like that she's like a B.
Put her next
she's
to
not as
Winry.
good as Winry. Yeah, Pinako probably a B too.
Yeah, probably. I like her. She's just not a big part of the story.
Yeah, like the.
I will say, I think we might have skipped one after credit scene where young Pinako has like a fun conversation with Hohenheim, or maybe I just remember that from the manga and they didn't.
No, I think you found it. I think I remember you seeing it at one point.
I found a YouTube clip, but I'm not sure if that was like an OVA or if that was literally in the show.
I remember her talking with Hohenheim at the fire.
I remember them at the fireplace drinking and being like, "Ah, Hohenheim, you old bastard." Yeah. She's fun. She has some fun lines. Yeah. I like that she helps Ed dig up their corpse.
Hmm.
A true homie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only a true one would do that. Okay. I wonder where Mustang's gonna land. Gee whiz.
I'm torn on Mustang, but I won't fight S if you put him there.
I would put him in A, I think.
I could do A or S, but I'll allow either.
I feel like I like Mustang more than the Elric brothers. But maybe I'm just taking in
like
by
less
cool
going
persona.
I think there's less going on than Ed.
He does, but I find it interesting that he is like this skeevy, sly manipulator dude, and also he has some of the most cathartic moments in the stories. And I think he's better than Hohenheim.
He's definitely better than Hohenheim.
Yeah, he's better than Hohenheim.
Like he's either top of A or bottom of S.
Yeah, I would put him like top of A.
Well, both of you seem to be in agreement, so I won't fight the flow. What about Riza Hawkeye?
A.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she's cool. She's
pretty damn cool.
She's pretty dang cool. She had alchemy secrets tattooed onto her back and then burnt off. Yeah, she's a sniper.
Really could have just been a piece of paper that he then burned, but you know what you gonna do? Okay.
No. It's Gene Havoc.
B.
I don't remember even what he does before.
He gets crippled.
Before.
Well, he helps during the mission to like draw out the homunculi and like attack them, and then he's like fighting like alongside Barry the Chopper and stuff. He's like a pretty cool dude. I mean, it's cool at the end when he brings all the guns for the big fights, and then he does end up getting cured, which is fun. C, really? Yeah, I think.
Like
I mean,
compared
he's not
to
as good as Winry. I think he might be C. He's a fun dude, but like definitely Breda is.
Yeah,
he's better
C.
than Breda, but Breda is also C.
B.
Fallman, yeah, he has a bit more going on. I like the scene when he's at the door of the of Central Headquarters, and King Bradley is like gonna fucking kill him, and he's crying, and he's like holding the gun and shaking. It's like a very funny like standoff scene.
Yeah, of all the random stooges that Mustang has, he's the best one. He also has the best design.
The Bishop. That's true. Fury is
probably C.
He's fine. He operates the radio. Maze, the everlasting Hughes. No.
The undying and undead.
See, this is annoying to me because my vision of Hughes is skewed from having watched 2003 and read the manga, where he's much more of a character in both those. In Brotherhood, he is mostly a flashback. Like, I think he has more scenes as a flashback than he has in real time. Like, Ishval flashbacks, just remembering cutting to the few scenes he was in the anime.
Yeah, I'll say B or A.
He seems like a total of 3 episodes before he dies, I think. I'm gonna say B.
He's fine.
Yeah. He's good.
But just put his whole family right next to
him as a bro. Okay, we have Gracia and Alicia.
This is
Alexander
hard.
Louise Armstrong, the strong arm alchemist.
This is fuck. This is hard.
I would say B.
I would say A. Wow,
A at least. He can't be in B.
I think he's A. He's B.
I would humor S. Like I like him more than Mustang probably.
Really? I wouldn't go that far.
Let's put him in A then.
He's a cool dude. I like his issue of all trauma.
Yeah, that's just the best part about him.
Well, he also has some fun scenes when he's like fighting alongside his sister, fighting Sloth. He gets a lot of cool stuff. He is a reliable.
He gets a lot of. He has a lot of character.
I like his gentle giant shtick.
Yeah,
fun.
I'm reading Last Arguments of Kings right now, and in my mind, the character of Jaeon Holm has his voice.
Oh, I see.
Wait, the character of who?
Jalen Holm, or however his name is pronounced, like one of West's underlings, basically.
Oh, okay.
Everyone loves when he's fighting the Chimera, and he has like a big hammer, and he punches the hammer, and he alchemizes it into a tiny sculpture of himself.
I mean, yeah.
Which did not diminish its ability to function as a hammer in any way. He just made it funnier.
Yes.
I really love. I like Armstrong. I don't know. Him and Mustang are very close. One thing that I love is how well they play off each other, and it's so funny just based on their design and their powers. Like Armstrong and Mustang, you would expect them to have swapped fighting styles, where Mustang you would expect him to be like much more calculating, and then Armstrong is just like the brute who just uses brute strength to do everything. But then Armstrong is the one who's flamboyant and clever and thinks a lot in fighting, and Mustang just turns into a screaming psychopath who just blows things up until he wins.
unless it's raining.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if he had just like an umbrella at all times.
The spark still needs to travel outward, though. Like, he wouldn't be able to reach anything because the spark would encounter raindrops. I think that's the idea. It's not just that his gloves are wet. Olivia Armstrong.
I would put her above Armstrong.
Now this is interesting because I
hard.
don't think Green liked her very much.
I like her.
It's pretty good.
I don't like her as a
Initially,
person. I like her
you were
as a character.
Bit off-put by her. Okay.
And I liked her more as it went along. I'd put her in A.
My thing, I think A is good. My thing with her is that I feel like the story like tries too many times to establish how much of a badass she is. Like she has like 4 separate scenes where she even during the final arc, all she does is she has 10 separate speeches where she gets everyone going and is like, I am a fucking born leader. I'm like Joan of Arc over here.
It gets a bit much.
And I'm like, I get it, dude. Okay, I get it. Yeah, she's awesome. Cool.
Yeah. Know this, I am a badass. I could kill anyone, anywhere.
But a character I know everyone loves is Buccaneer.
He
is so cool.
I like
I'm not
Buccaneer.
saying loves like S tier, but everyone at the end is like, Buccaneer is a bro.
I'm comfortable with B. I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fight A, but I'd probably put him in B.
B for Buccaneer.
Yeah.
I would. It is really cool when he stabs through Fu to stab Bradley.
Oh. Miles.
Also he's like a softie because whenever there's women, he blushes and he shows off his stupid automail.
Oh, yeah. Also, he totally has a type too. If you read between the lines,
it's true,
which is funny.
This is his type here.
Yeah.
And okay, we have Miles. I mean, probably
I like his design.
He's probably the design is awesome, and he's probably the military guy with one of the military guys with the most going on.
I don't even remember what he does. It's been a while.
Well, his whole shtick, you must remember, is that he's like, oh, I'm half Ishvalan or and I'm I want to. He's the one who convinces Scar to kind of change the system from within. I mean, I don't know. He's there near the end, but he's mostly commanding the forces. He does. He kind of brokers the deal with Scar to fool Kimberly. He's just kind of like a busybody. Kimberly makes him his bodyguard as like a sick joke, so that he has to spend time with him when he fucking hates Kimberly more than anyone. Yeah. Also, I like sometimes he'll just fucking shoot people. He's just like fuck it. Yeah. Miles is dope. Everyone likes Miles. I will say his sideburns make no sense.
Nope.
But that's cool. Or I guess it would be mutton chops at this point. It's Grumman.
Yeah. Mutton chops, but it's only the bone. Grumman, I like Grumman. Strong B or low A.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. It's nice to have like an older character who just isn't just like an insane, like megalomaniacal. I mean, he is like he has that too, but not for like the. He's not one of these like all the rest of the cabinet. They feel very like uniform because all of them have the same like we're gonna become immortal. It's so awesome. Look at our big fucking army. And Grumman is more like, I'd rather just like stage a coup and then blame it on someone else if I get caught.
Yeah.
Like he's been in the game a long time. He's like he knows how shit works, and he's the only person that Mustang can like kind of rely on in a fucked up way.
Well, he can
where
Mustang
they're both vying for control.
Yeah, Mustang can rely on Grumman because Grumman is selfish, but in a very predictable way. Like he's such a good depiction of just like the lawful neutral character. Basically, it's like. Mustang just goes, hey, Grumman, I can serve your interests if I do something. And Grumman's like, great. And
equivalent in exchange.
Yeah, there's no morals or anything. Grumman just sits back going, all right, I win. Because
also, Mustang never once beat Grumman in chess. Fact.
Well, to be fair, Mustang kept ripping his queen apart to take messages out of it, so...
Yeah, also he put his queen on the wrong square when he's setting up his board, so I don't think he knows how to play. And we have Maria Ross.
B.
Really? I was thinking C. I don't see her as much better than Havoc, really.
Oh, okay, fine.
I think she's better than Havoc.
It's all fine.
I mean, I enjoy her. Okay, I'm okay with her being B, and Brosh can be C.
Ross's problem is that she just disappears for too long. She's probably the character who has the biggest gap between appearances.
She is interesting. Like I like her scolding of the boys and kind of. And she's like she kind of becomes a mother figure for them for a little bit. Yeah, she probably has gone a bit too long. And Brosh is just a goofy, he's like James from Pokemon.
Is this the desert girl?
This is Rose.
B probably. I don't think I can't justify putting her above Winry or Buccaneer. I think she has the same problem
as Hughes in that she is much more of a character in the 2003 and manga versions. Like her stint in Lior is a one episode affair in Brotherhood. And then she the only memorable thing she does is she has like a few scenes with Hohenheim, which are nice, ? And then at the end you just see her kind of like praying near a radio.
Well, Michi, you actually just caught me. I just realized all my feelings about this character from the old show.
They're from 2000.
Yeah, she can go. If
this is
a
Brotherhood character, she's probably like a C. She can go here.
And this guy's probably C too. I don't like the priest very much.
I would put him in D.
I think he's D too. Like he is cartoonishly stupid. Like
I'm fine with that.
He literally like makes nonsensical decisions because he's just like a fucking cartoon character. I get that he's like the introductory thing, but then compared to the rest of the story, he comes off very like, why even give this guy a Philosopher's Stone? This guy turned himself into a machine gun.
Not the worst thing to do, depending on the circumstances.
And he got caught by blabbing his whole plan because he doesn't know what radios are, I guess, even though he literally lives in a town that has radios. Man.
Oh, look at the next character. If only his name started with a helpful letter that would help us know where to put him.
Yeah, Barry is great in Brotherhood. He's
good.
He just hangs out. He plays chess. He just jailbreaks people out of prison, and he skirts the line between being like fucking crazy but likable really well.
I really like Barry. I think he's like peak of.
And him and Fallman being in the apartment is like the greatest sitcom.
Yeah.
Premise of all time.
this guy probably C. Like he's just not that interesting.
Probably C. He's like
I don't remember him much.
He alludes to like having kind of an interesting thing where they're like these two murderous brothers, and he adds some tips on combat, and it's fine. Panina, she's a thief. She jumps around. She has a robo leg.
I don't like her that much.
No.
Does she even do anything specific?
Hey!
Sheska, oh, sorry. Yeah. Whoa, hang on. Okay. No, Panina does nothing interesting except help with the baby. Sheska, I mean, I think she's a B, but you think she's an A just because she's that cute?
Yeah, because she gets a little uniform.
Just from the show.
Yes.
Yeah, she gets a little uniform. She helps Mustang nap in a room once.
That's perfect. Perfect woman.
And then she's gone forever. She remembers.
I don't even remember her. Like,
okay, fine. You can put her in B, but I'm not happy.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with whatever you come up.
Rebecca's like a C.
I barely remember who she is.
She has one date with Hawkeye, and then she shows up with the guns in an ice cream truck. Okay. Man, Miss Bradley.
Oh, Bradley. This is Miss Bradley. Probably a B.
She has some interesting things going on.
I think she's fine.
She's a fine mom. She's kind of just like a normal person caught up in the midst of all these nuts.
They let her keep the homunculus at the end. That's cool.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Madam Christmas, I like a C. She's
wherever.
She's Mustang's adoptive mom. She runs like a bar, and she like helps get him information and sneak him out the back and stuff. She just kind of like Mustang has like a lot of people that he just kind of has for specific purposes, just around him, and she's like one of them.
D.
Shout Tucker. Yeah, really, this guy's just fucking nuts, and there's no justification.
And
for
real
it.
quick, I want to let's just acknowledge before anything else, how fucked up is it that the next two characters have to share an image?
Yeah, are we rating the Chimera or each of them? Yeah.
I mean, I would rank Show Tucker higher as a character, not in terms of liking him.
Here's what I don't like about Show Tucker.
Effective. He's very effective, and I think he has an interesting thing.
My problem with Show Tucker is that there is no reason for him to be that desperate to maintain his alchemy license, because he's like, oh, we used to be poor and it was so hard. Okay, fine. But it's like murdering your wife and turning her into a chimera and then doing the same thing with your daughter like 2 years later. Like,
I mean, he's nuts. That's undisputable.
Yeah, but he was nuts like before. Like, he didn't like go nuts. Like, he was always just nuts for some reason. Like, just get a part-time job, dude.
Well, Michi,
like,
you have to
work too. It's like, oh no, I can't bear not being incredibly rich and having a giant house. Woe is me.
Michi, it's easy for us to say that. You need to understand this is back before you could just become a SoundCloud rapper.
Oh. Also, you can just do alchemy anyway, or you could just I find it strange that alchemists need to be like some savant research genius to be taken seriously as alchemists. Like, alchemists are in short supply anyway. Like, I'm sure there's work for you just like fixing houses, like Ed does. Like, you don't need to be like, oh, I have groundbreaking research into chimeras. It's like, dude, just be like a regular blue collar alchemist. Like, it's fine. But I see C as like,
there are blue collar alchemists.
I mean,
though. I
think
there
are, because when there is a scene where a bunch of them are called to repair like a bunch of streets and they all can't do it because Father deactivated alchemy. Like, there are general purpose, like they're like plumbers, like there are just repairman alchemists who just do general maintenance work. Like, not all of them are researching human transmutation.
They were all like co-opted by the military.
Like there's lots of independent alchemists, like Alphonse Elric, for example, or Izumi Curtis, who just have their own lives.
And I'll say about Tucker, I don't see Tucker as love to hate. I just hate him. Like, Wrath is love to hate. Tucker is just hateable. I mean, that's my perspective.
I will say Tucker is better than the priest, because he has a great scene where he just when Ed is pinning him to the wall and he's just like, "What's wrong? This is research, right? It's all for the greater good. This is science." And like, it kind of rattles Ed a second. That is more worthwhile than anything Machine Gun Priest does.
Okay, let's put these
Machine
in
Gun
B.
Kelly. These can be B, because she's at least as good as Alicia.
And this is Gecko guy, right?
This is Lizard Man who gets killed by Greeling. Yeah,
I kind of liked him.
He's fun.
I'd say B.
He's kind of like a Hunter x Hunter character, who got like moved into Full Metal Alchemist in a way. He's a good B. He's fine. Dog Dude. I don't know. He's
I thought that was Greed, but okay.
No, he's like a C probably.
Let's put
Cow
him in.
Dude.
Let's put Cow in C and Snake in B. That's
Snake and B. Yeah, that seems fair. These two have more interesting scenes than these guys. Who essentially, these guys just show up and are like, "I have animal powers," and then at the end they're like, "I am loyal," and they fucking die. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Zampano, the porcupine chimera guy.
Oh, fuck.
He's okay. He's not one of the more interesting of the chimera dudes. Probably him and Zampano, and I forget this guy's name, but these two stay with Alphonse at the end, and they're like, "We'll go with you to Xing to research alchemy." They're fine. I think these two, the ones that go with Ed, have more interesting stuff to do. Heinkel and Donkey Kong.
The ugly chimeras are fine. They're just not as good as the Beast Men.
I think these are probably either these. It's either like C, B, or B, A. I don't know how much you like.
I would say C, B.
I would put
C.
That's fine.
Maybe this guy is B, and Heinkel, I like him a lot.
I could put Heinkel in A. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could be A because he has like he has great moments, and I love that he chomps into Kimberly's fucking neck.
Yeah, and he takes like and he takes like massive initiative against Pride. Which is incredible that he does that as someone who should be a jobber by all intents and purposes.
Yeah, this guy is like an unsung hero of the whole like takedown father operation, really, because he did a lot of damage to like some of their strongest players. The monkey dude kind of just like ran around and threw barrels, but yeah,
threw barrels.
Oh man, J. Kimberly. I think I'm S too. Honestly,
I'll allow it.
I think he's on par with Mustang. I think Mustang should be an S too, but
I'm torn.
I don't mind. Zolf.
If Kimberly's an S, you can put Mustang in S.
Okay, I'm happy with that because I think he's better than Hawkeye.
Okay, well Hawkeye is not S.
Mustang carved an alchemy symbol into his hand and sutured his wound shut, and then used his fallen comrade's lighter to blast Lust into oblivion.
Well, anything would sound cool if you said it like that.
Yeah. Also, I honestly think him versus Envy might be my favorite like moment in the show. Like, it's like kind of edgy in a teen way, but it's also just like one of the most gratifying like sequences ever. Like when he's just keeps bursting his eyes and tongue into pieces, and then they have to have a fucking talk him down from murdering this tiny little slime monster. It's a great, and I love that it's building up the whole show because like you might forget about it a bit in Briggs, but whenever he encounters any other homunculi or like suspicious characters, he always says, he even asks the Fuhrer, did you kill Maze Hughes? Everyone. And then finally he gets the yes answer, and he's like, oh my god, I've been fucking boiling over the whole show. Yes, it's great. Izumi Curtis, the housewife.
I'll say
A, yeah, I think so.
A is fine. She's a great character for what she is.
She is. She's like one of the more grown up of the grown ups, and that's kind of what she says to Olivia. She's like, we gotta show those kids, we've got this covered. Also, it's funny that she acted like her cool backstory was being sent into the mountains and surviving on her own, and really she just stole food from the army.
Still counts.
I mean, it's hard to do. There's no argument, but like she acted like she was like hunting down wolves and eating them raw.
I'd put her husband in B.
It's like a B. Yeah,
Sig's B. But this guy's hard.
It's funny that he does the Terminator meme with the Predator meme with Armstrong.
Yeah.
Doctor, I always forget it. Morio, that's his name. Dr. Morio.
Did he get killed?
No, he is the guy who is like the hard ass doctor. Then everyone ends up in his house, like he's taking care of Lan Fan and Mei Chang. And then when everyone leaves and he's like depressed and his house is a dump, his wife and son show up and are like, "Listen, I know we got divorced, but I'm your son and I'm gonna be a doctor, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna cry.
I kind of confused him with Dr. Marco, I guess.
But he's like a
B.
He's a strong B.
He's pretty up there. It's fun that he just constantly just gives people shit for being like crazy. Like everyone's like a weird superhero or monster around him, and he's just like, God damn it, why do I have to deal with this shit? I hate Mondays.
Oh, look at this. S for Scar.
S. Yeah. Everyone knows.
I fucking love Scar by the end. He's so cool.
He's awesome.
Green, have you ever seen the meme where he meets Bradley and they introduce themselves with this overly long names?
No.
I have not.
Okay.
That sounds ridiculous.
You both don't know that
actually.
one. Okay. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone likes Scar. I will say it is very funny that they just pardoned him for murdering like 5-10 people.
Yeah, but who cares? It's like he's not even like the 50th worst guy in this at that point.
I know, but it's just like he's still like even he himself like kind of comes to regret it because like murder isn't the way, but he killed like a load of alchemists, just fucking blew their heads up.
You know what? Murder is badass, and I'm tired of pretending it's not.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like everyone else is like
to say.
Like if Kimberly should be arrested for killing all those Ishvalans, Scar should do a bit of time for like accosting people in the street and exploding their brains just for being alchemists. Like he would have killed Ed and Al and their children. You would have killed Armstrong.
This is a real irrelevant point, but Lizard Guy, I just realized that hair next to her, that's Snake Girl's hair.
It's the other girls, yeah.
And so they're right next to each other, and her hair is in his frame. I was just noticing that.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
It's Scar's brother. He's like a B.
A. Oh, B or A. B's fine.
Really? Okay.
I mean, he's very good relative to screen time, but B's fine.
Yeah. I do like that he protects his bro. And he's actually in the entire show in the form of an arm.
Yeah, and he indirectly saves everyone when you think about it.
Yeah. When Scar gropes anyone, it's his brother doing it, so he is innocent. That's what he probably said. I didn't kill anyone. My brother did.
Yeah, when Scar jerks
Arrest
off...
him.
Oh, wait, never mind.
No, it's incest. No! This is Dr. Marco. Before his face was melted.
I put him in A.
A? That's
fair.
He's got a lot of stuff going on.
I would put him in B, but his scene fighting Envy was so good.
Oh God, yeah.
That raises him to A for me.
That's awesome. He's like, I will atone for my fucking sins and fucking explode your Philosopher's Stone. It's Yoki.
Oh fuck, I don't know. Probably B.
B. I mean, I love that he rams Pride with his car. That fucking screams. Yeah. He has an actual backstory episode in the normal versions of the series. Here he's just like a silly flashback, and then he's Bon Curé too, which is funny.
We're not even. Jaws, are you gonna fight?
Like I allow it in this case. Like I have no real opinion on. I guess
Mei Chang is so great. Also, I love that it like initially it's a joke that she'd fall into love with Alphonse. Then she is like the most protective of him and is there in most of the key moments of the story and ends up marrying him. Yay!
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
That is
Hooray
cool.
for Chinese brides. Yeah. What about Xiao Mei though? The cat.
Yeah, she knows kung fu, so that's cool.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh no, Michi's chasing his dog.
Oh, maybe he's getting a Snickers.
Yes. He's gonna ask his housemates for his equivalent exchange. Yay.
Snickers in exchange for what?
I don't know.
Money.
I need to learn to speak Portuguese just so I can pick up on the gossip in moments like this.
Start learning Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, Japan's economy is collapsing, If we start planning now, we can all just like buy a country home in Japan and build some kind of like compound there.
Yeah, I think I've seen recently something about housing there being relatively cheap.
Well, Japan's actually always handled housing relatively well for how built up it is and being an island. Even Tokyo, like housing costs are relatively decent for some reason.
Oh, I also recently heard like China has like a real big problem with getting all their housing sold. They have like 80 million houses that are not even properly built yet. So,
yeah, well,
you could house almost all of Germany with those houses in China that have no one to live in.
Yeah, I mean, China's kind of a disaster all around. Like, other than South Korea, China also has like the worst demographic crunch like in the world, where like they're gonna be in big trouble like 20 or 30 years from now because they're gonna have a bunch of retirees. And
you're saying there's big trouble in Little China?
Hey, that's one of my favorite movies.
I mean, most countries.
It's a great movie.
Most countries are going through that. In China, it's particularly bad. Also, China recently just got caught like lying about its population in a really obnoxious way, where like they pretended there were like another 100 million women in China, basically, that did not exist. So the demographic issues are going to get worse and worse and worse. So
yeah,
that's going to be fun. Yep. I mean, South Korea, there's going to be like no South Koreans in like 20 years.
South Korea's even worse. That's like really fucked up.
Like South Korea's fertility rate is like 0.5, where like every generation it gets like half as big as the one before it. They're in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
There was a funny tweet about that saying at this point there's not even going to be a war. North Korea is just going to walk in. Which is
I've heard like a German comedian make the same joke about the same thing with the birth rate in Germany. Like, oh, it's the Germans. Oh, it's not a problem. They're only 4.
Yeah. Germany, I love that guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to be American because America has its demographic issues as well, but out of the industrialized countries, it's one of the least bad.
I mean, I'm wondering. No, okay. If China has a problem, it cannot be related to population, size. For a moment, I thought maybe more.
Do you guys mean Xing? I never heard of no.
Yeah, I'll be right back. You do the next couple without me.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
really?
We shouldn't. We should wait for him.
Yeah, I think we should wait. Xiaomei.
I mean, yeah, but we've talked about the cat.
Okay, Xiaomei is like a C, I guess.
Yeah.
We could leave the priest of the Church of Leto on there.
Yeah.
Let's do one that's just the two of us.
One that has only 2 entries.
Yeah.
It's a tier list with me and you in it.
I'm not sure. Jojo character, no. I already did Chainsaw Man. Why is that always the same anime? What the fuck? It's always like the same. It's always like shonen tier list. Like, why is it never?
Of course. I mean, the people who make this tier list are like 14 or something.
Stupid. So. Yeah, exactly. You heard it here first, everyone. Now we're talking. Blue Archive students. This is easy. I'll just rank all of these real quick before Green gets back.
Too late. And way to fail.
Fairy characters would all be F.
I give you the tiniest amount of responsibility, and look what happens.
I'm so sorry. Look, there's only like 10 characters.
I think that. No, that's not the one that we did. Like, why the fuck is he like
Vampire Hunters?
That's a Vampire episode and Guillotine Cutter.
Okay, so we're doing a Monogatari tier list in the middle of.
She knows everything, and she doesn't know everything.
We were just looking at stuff.
Okay.
It's Foo.
B.
I really like
you. Really, I think B.
I mean, I would say top of B.
Top of B.
Is
Him and
like-
Buccaneer
Is he better
died.
than Buccaneer?
Like, I like it. I like him more than Buccaneer.
I like Buccaneer more, but
I like
I
Buccaneer more.
that Fu is like a guy. Also, his ultimate tactic is to explode himself. Hell yeah.
Which
Like a
fails,
Pokemon.
which
Which
sucks.
almost
We should have
works
gotten
out.
that off.
I mean, that's like a Looney Tunes moment when Bradley, in like one move, not only slices him across, but he also removes all the fuses of the
I mean,
explosives.
I think it makes sense physically.
No, it makes
like
sense,
that-
but it's so funny. It's just like I counter your thing with with one move.
Yeah.
That's some logic.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it is funny. That was,
'Cause
I am.
he didn't even need to like balance them all on his blade. Like you could just cut them and they would have fallen off. But he specifically like kept all 5 fuses lit on the side of his sword just to be like, haha.
He had to show off.
Yeah, to
Yes.
show off. That's true. He has a show off. Well,
Yeah.
what about his granddaughter though, who loses her?
It's like I always like I really like that character.
I
would
like
say.
Lan Fan too, and she's like the cutest probably.
She is her
uh,
design is better than what she does in the show. But
It's cool
And
that she
that's
rips
true,
her
yeah.
arm off Green and ties it to a
and
dog,
ties it
and then
to a
has
dog.
and then it has an automail blade.
and then runs through the sewers and does not get
Okay.
sepsis from.
Wow, it's Ling. Yeah.
yeah, who I kept calling Yao Ming.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
But that's
okay.
the basketball player.
I think Ling is an S.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what? Fuck it, put
probably.
him there. Yeah.
He's great. When these two guys show up, these are like the biggest loss to FMA 2000.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The
Like
what?
these guys to in FMA 2003, the Xing people
Oh.
just don't exist. Any of them.
Yeah, the story
Uh,
split off right before
Like
it
the
gets
story
the best
split
characters.
off just before they appear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also they just show up, and you're like, okay, I think these guys will be fun little spice to add it to the story. Oh, they're integral players in the whole thing. Great. Okay, so now we have the bad guys.
Oh,
Beginning with the Gold Tooth Doctor, who is an interesting.
I mean, he's
fuck.
kind of
Concept.
interesting in what he does. I would say C.
C is fine.
Like I think he's still better than the
I
previous.
think, yeah, C is fine. He's more interesting than Sho Tucker.
I don't remember the other guy. Like who's the
This
next
is
one?
the
This
evil
is Raven,
general.
General Raven, who gets killed by Olivia and thrown into
It's
cement.
probably C as well.
He's like the figurehead for the council of Bradley's dudes. He's kind of a creep who
don't
puts
remember
hands on
that at
people's
all.
shoulders. He's just like a big general man, and he's like, oh, don't you? He's the guy who keeps going around saying, what do you think of being immortal? Wouldn't that be cool? How about
Yeah.
if there was like an immortal army? Wouldn't that be dope? We could all like live forever. I'm
Like,
a chosen one.
He's like the bad, hateable version of Grumman, because where Grumman is someone who just rose up the institution by being sly and conniving, this guy's just a fucking bitch who did what everyone else wanted him to do his entire life and just stumbled into the conspiracy. Like, I hate this guy.
Okay. We have original Greed who gets dunked in.
No,
Original Greed.
not S.
No way.
Not
For me,
S.
absolute S.
I'll-
Greed for me is the best character.
Well,
in
you
all
can put
of,
second Greed in S.
FMA.
That's fine, but
Sorry, you're saying Greed is better than Greeling? They're different characters. This Greed is.
I
not
don't
as good.
consider them like different.
They
characters.
literally have no memories. Like they only start like that's the whole shtick. He's not the same guy.
I
That's different
think
versions.
old Greed can go in A and Chinese Greed can go in S.
Yeah.
Okay,
agreed.
fine.
Everything you like about him, great. The Jaws. All this guy does is he says, "I want everything." Gets his head exploded by a hammer. Fights Edward for a bit. Goes, "This is annoying." Runs into the sewers. Gets stabbed. And then just
Yeah.
makes fun of every. And then he does like a diss track of all the other homunculi as he's being dipped
Yeah,
into
the
lava.
way I look at it is even with the memory thing is that he basically just became that version again that he already was
Well,
before. We just never.
That would
I
be
much
don't
of that.
I don't see Greeling. I think he's an entirely new character because his whole inception is based around him listening to Ling prattle on the whole time. Like he's a much slicker, more intelligent,
Well, I will clarify
more
very
ambitious
quickly.
version.
Like
Yeah.
this is an argument for deleting the other pictures, not for putting them all in S.
That's true.
okay,
but
but
anyway,
yeah,
everyone loves Greed. He's fucking great.
I mean, as I said, like then Greed Ling is my favorite character. Then
Okay, well
Yeah,
then we all get what we
Well,
want.
Greeling, everyone loves Greeling. Green was like when they cut to the top of the central like entrance when Bradley was fighting Buccaneer and fucking Greeling jumped down and started fucking fighting. It's so cool. Also, I love when he runs down the rampart and kills everyone.
His sacrifice in the end is just so genius.
Oh yeah, everyone loves that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I mean, we had
his soul sucker punches Ling's soul.
Yeah.
It's like, punches him in the face and says goodbye.
I mean, we're getting into the sins a little bit. We had a whole conversation about this where we were talking about like it's crazy that the show follows like the 7 deadly sins where some of them are just worse than others. Where it's so cool that greed, like being a being of pure greed, it just in the end it just turns him into a normal human almost, which is the coolest thing. Where like he just wants things and doesn't particularly know why he wants them, but that leads to him like developing relationships and friendships and like compassion in a weird way. Where like apparently greed just makes you a good person in the end. It's like fucking A Christmas Carol. I don't know.
It reminds me of Gilgamesh from Fate. Because he's like, everything, I own everything, everything belongs to me. And you kind of use that excuse to become friends with people, because he's like, oh, you're my servant, yeah, come follow me. And then he's like, but actually, I mean, he's much nicer than Gilgamesh, but yeah, like they have a similar approach. And also, there's a lot of setup with him, which is funny, that gets paid off, because original version, they figure out that whole carbon ultimate thing with him, and then he uses that, like what he kind of learned from Edward in a way, to fuck with Father at the end. And also he says something like, when he's first melted, stomach ache, and then Father ends up eating him and he gives him the ultimate stomach ache by fucking killing him. Which is cool as fuck. Okay, we have Lust, the first homunculus to die.
He's like the least interesting of all the homunculus.
She kind of got shafted by getting killed so early into the story. She doesn't have a lot of time to develop. She's like the femme fatale archetype. She's intelligent.
Which is funny because in the old show, Lust they hang on to Lust forever, and they tease out her character so much, and they're just constantly making shit up for her to do.
One funny thing about Lust is that her ultimate power, the quote-unquote ultimate spear, is completely irrelevant because Pride does the same thing but 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
The only advantage Lust has is she can walk around farther than Central, but okay, fine. She wasn't that hard to... Yeah, she's like a, I don't know, C or B. B at best.
I'm fine with B.
Yeah.
I won't.
C is good, yeah.
I don't feel good about C, honestly. I think she should be a B.
Okay. She has a few more interesting things. She has like a few good lines.
I don't think any homunculus should be below B.
She has a little relationship with Havoc, which is fun.
Like she can be the worst homunculus, but I don't think any homunculus is C.
Also, she predicts Mustang's thing because she says like when she's dying, she says like the look in those heartless eyes. You know, I something about like I wish to see that look again or something like that, and that's what the fucking eyes he has when he's murdering Envy.
It took me so long to realize that Lust was just gone forever.
Yeah, because for a while Green didn't realize that, like he just thought all of them kind of went back into Father, and I had explained to him that that's only true if Father drinks them. Yeah, like Lust just fucking died and there is no more Lust. Like the concept just vanished from existence. We have Gluttony, the childish homunculus.
Oh damn!
He's kind of decent for what he is. I
mean, multiple people have said that they like feel bad for him at various points, even though he's like obviously a monster who just eats people, because he does it in such like a dumb, unthinking way. He is kind of like cute at points, like the way he just leads Alphonse to his dad because he thinks it'll be neat. Or he's just like caught off guard by Pride eating him.
I'd say a strong B.
I will say the reveal of his like Gate of Truth is like one of the cooler moments in early, like it's like pre-halfway point.
Yeah.
And just seeing him like suck everything into him, and this is like a cool visual. Way better than his 2003 counterpart, obviously. He's better than Lust.
To be fair, I'll say that like Lust is like probably the worst homunculus. Like Lust is bottom of B. And Gluttony's like top of B. How about that?
Yeah, sure, that's fine. I tend to agree. Because also I think a bit of like manga Lust is a bit she has a bit more scenes.
Sloth is hard.
Sloth is like slightly better than Lust. Like he's
he's not.
He's
in between. He's worse than Gluttony probably, but he's better than.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I do
fine.
enjoy it when he's dying. He's just like, God damn it, my whole life was a pain, and now this is a fucking pain.
Yeah.
But he is very automaton.
Life's a bitch, and then you die.
Okay, this is a tricky one.
A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I love that Envy is the only homunculus to suicide. Is very fucking funny.
Yeah.
That he is so fucking horrified by the thought of everyone looking down on him and just pitying him and not saying anything. Just fucking rather kill himself than continue on.
Also, the sin theming being so spot on for the homunculi. Like, Gluttony just turns you into a childish blob. Envy turns you into an evil fucking monster that's disgusting and terrifying. It works really well. Yeah, and Envy.
And also, baby Envy is really fun. Like he just I love when he's like grabbing his knees and rolling around in the jar, and he's just like he just like tries to play people off each other and fucking manipulate Mei Chang and shit.
And when he takes over Yogi, and no one cares.
Oh yeah, that's what he is. Also, he caused the entire Ishvalan War just for you.
Yeah.
No, he did it on order.
Yeah, I know, but it's funny that it was him personally.
Yeah.
Oh man, this
just
is like
following orders.
This is a strong lineup.
S. Like he's the best homunculi, and it's not even close.
Green, when you watched Bakano and you were like you like the reveal that Lad Russo wasn't an immortal.
Yeah.
That is like a simple thing that happens with Pride because they take so long. Like they kind of never really say it out loud until like the very last arc where they're just like, oh yeah, like Wrath. Yeah, he has the ultimate eye, whatever. He's really strong physically, but it's funny that he has so much less powers than all the other homunculi, and he gets so much shit done.
He's just such
So
a
funny.
badass that it doesn't even matter. Like he's
Yeah. I mean, everyone, like the whole show. I'm just like the whole when we got into the final stretch. I'm just like, oh man, when's the episode where he shows up with a fucking grenade in his belt?
Yeah,
and runs. Yeah, just fucking kills a tank and runs all the way up. Oh, it's so great.
And one thing
also he has great lines. Like he is so sympathetic for like being a like he makes being like a fascistic dictator look cool. Like it's just like he's just like unwavering in his ideals. I love that he likes his wife in the end. That's fucking cool. And
like
he kind of craves to have a family.
Yeah, he doesn't have like completely normal human emotions, which kind of cripples him. But if it wasn't for Father lurking in the background, Wrath wouldn't even be that bad.
Yeah.
Like he's a pretty good leader, all told. Like if you were just in his crew and you were just hanging out with Wrath, it'd be like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool. Like if not for the whole Father mass sacrifice thing.
It is a bit silly that he ends up being the guy who is sent on so many errands. Like once after Lust dies, it's like almost every conflict requires Wrath to just like it would seem that he would be the homunculus who has the hardest time getting like wriggling out of his responsibilities and fake life and just being able to do this shit. Whereas like Gluttony or Envy can just like drop whatever the fuck they're doing because they just live underground.
That's a funny image. Like Gluttony's in line at the DMV and Wrath is just running around with a sword.
Wrath is running around fighting Chinese people. Okay, we have Pride, the first homunculus.
A's fine.
His execution is kind of like it's odd because I feel like sometimes the story forgets he isn't a child. Like the story treats him sometimes as like Salim in a weird way when he shouldn't be. Like his personality you would think would be much closer to Father. But near the end, like he acts very like a child who's lost his pacifier. It's like, aren't you like a 600-year-old demon? It's fun. I mean, I like how he's like this calculating. He's like when he first shows up, it's like a fucking horror movie, and he's like this terrifying concept. And I do love his like powers and aesthetic are one of the highlights of the show. when like the way they do so much cool animation with just eyes showing up in all the shadows and fucking lines flying over and cutting everything. Yeah. He's cool. Also, I dig his like absorption powers where he eats people and he gains gluttony's powers and he can do alchemy later. Also, he gives Kimberly a great scene at the end where Kimberly has maintained his consciousness like Ling Yao, but inside of pride, and just shows up to be like, "Fuck you," because you're ashamed to the homunculi. Your embarrassment. Oh man, we have the dwarf in the flask, aka Father, aka the original homunculus. Yeah.
Yes,
If for nothing else, just the final dialogue between him and Truth is one of my favorite
that's fair.
scenes in anime.
I like when Hohenheim calls him out saying, "You used to be such a fun little guy when you had all those emotions."
That's so great when you had all those emotions. So now you're just this boring dude in a flesh suit.
A funny aspect of that, I get some of the emotions. Was the little smoke jar guy really feeling lust, and for who?
Probably for some girls around town in Xerxes. You know, he. Yeah, that is an interesting thing.
He has like a human biology, doesn't he? Like, given that he turned basically into another Hohenheim, so it would make sense.
Is that the idea? Because some of the emotions, many of his emotions he had before he turned into Hohenheim, though. Like, he was already greedy and prideful.
Yeah, but if you are not corporeal, would you have something?
Sure.
Would you like
I guess you could argue that he gained gluttony and lust, maybe even sloth
gluttony. Maybe he had
after
before that, but like everything
after he sucked all those souls into himself, probably. Yeah, that's fair. I do love that kind of the inciting incident of the whole story is just alchemists like he didn't ask for this, he got sucked out of the portal, like just a section of truth that doesn't really know what it is. It just has like boundless knowledge kind of, and he's just like let loose on the world and he's like searching for meaning. Is a very interesting concept.
Human, even though he isn't a human.
Also, he's like weirdly cute. Like, I love the scene when I love when he reveals that the center of the alchemy circle is where Hohenheim is standing. He puts his hands up into the air and he's like, "Hooray!"
Yes.
Ganbare!
Yes. It is. It's the masculine urge to have a funny little guy on your desk.
Yeah. He's cool. Also, he literally wants to eat God, and he comes out of a big portal.
And he does. That's like the strangest thing that happens. Like, God exists and gets eaten, and it's the movie or whatever the fuck.
They kind of make it like ambiguous if he actually did, or if essentially he just gained a lot of energy, which he is interpreting as having like. Yeah,
but what was it then that he consumed?
Well, if truth is God, the way he affirms, there's no way he actually just consumed the entirety of truth, because people are accessing the portal and speaking to truth as the fight is going on. I think he took a larger portion of the gate than he had, so he gained like loads of like unfathomable knowledge and power. But I don't think the whole thing with like alchemy formulas and circles is they always never work like you really want them to work. Like, there's always some weird catch. They're always like fucked up versions of what you want. So I think he probably got his concept of what being a god is. Like, he became a perfect being. That's more true than he literally ate the thing that's inside of the gate. Speaking of,
truth is also S.
Yeah,
can't be anywhere else.
That's fine. Like, it's almost not even really a character. So just
Green. He has to be S because he is all of these characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
he's all of existence.
He is all is one and one is all. A nice touch in the anime is that his voice is when he's talking to someone. I've heard two different versions. I've heard that it is just like a pitch shift version of the same actor, but I've also heard that he is an amalgam of various characters saying the same lines.
Yeah, he's telling you where the 16th Colossus is.
But either way, it's cool. Yeah, I like when he goes, "Take it all, take it home," like as a game show presenter at the end. You won everything, Edward Elric.
You get
Go.
You get
Also, it's also interesting that he is like that he never says like literally I am God, or what he says is I am what you call God, which is funny. Like I'm what you call the universe, I'm what you call God. I think he's kind of alluding to he is responsible for things and he is like what people are trying to communicate with many times, but I think he is kind of hinting that people's concept of those things are different than they could imagine.
Well, yeah, I
there's
think
a lot more to know. Like it's very fun.
I think that's him kind of going like, you're never going to understand it, but it's close enough for this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to figure it out. Like you're
just
a
a
human.
fucking sick ass visual, just a grin. He's like the Cheshire Cat.
I mean,
like...
I'll never get over when we were watching the final scene of Father getting eaten, and I was like sincerely saying the things Father was saying like 5 seconds before he said them.
Grin's like, "What's wrong with that?" And he's like, "What's wrong with that?"
It's like, no. Because a little part
the
like,
ambiguity is done really great. I love all the like. It's so like subtle. Like there are many little like tricks of what he says, the way he turns into people. I love when Father just asks him a question, he just doesn't say anything. Like he just stays there smiling at him without saying anything. He's like, it's like he's egging him on, just being like, you know the answer, and you're just asking me because you're dumb. Like it's inside of you. Yeah. Oh man, what a good show.
I mean, I do feel kind of bad for. Oh wait, was Father himself ever a character on here?
Or I think that counts as like the dwarf.
Okay, that's fine.
The dwarf, you could argue Father is slightly different because he's kind of a less emotional version, but
it's weird that we got every form of greed, but only one Father.
Even before he like becomes God, that would be a different version, kind of. But like once he ruptures his human suit and he's a big blobby fat dude, he kind of starts like smiling and grinning and making jokes in a way which is more similar to the original dwarf in the flask. So yeah, it's unclear, but they're all kind of.
And I forgot about that. He turns this weird thing. Yeah.
You're all in my stomach. Opens big eye above everyone.
Yeah.
Also, it's fucked up that Roy was just made blind.
I mean, that's
another cool thing about the truth, is that the truth just doesn't care. So it hints like it's like some weird it's just a rule of the universe that if you just get any amount of truth, like you have to lose something. And Roy's like, I don't want any of this.
I mean, I have very mixed feelings about that, because the weirdest thing to me is that they actually fix his eyesight apparently.
Well, he did but that's because they explained that as like Marco saying like, I'm sure the Ishvalans that were made into this stone would be okay with you using their souls for making this country a better place for them, which is like the main objection to using Philosopher's Stones is really from the Elric brothers, because they're not comfortable with using dead people. But a lot of other characters are totally cool with it if it like serves their purposes. Like they use it to fix Havoc's spine. They use it to fucking bad guys use it all the time. Just like
I was just expecting it to be one of those things where I thought it was going to be some philosophical thing where Mustang was like, I gave this up to the truth and it taught me a lesson about being a good leader, and therefore it would be cheating to use a Philosopher's Stone to undo what the truth did. And then he's just like, nah, fuck that shit.
I think Mustang is more practical than that, because he's like, look, we know there's no way to turn people who are a Philosopher's Stone back into people. As an army person, I'm okay with expending human life to achieve goals.
I think the reason it gets reversed is just because Mustang never sought the truth. He just was pushed into it.
That's true too. He always he used alchemy as a means to an end of he's much more interested in the country. He's not interested in the true secrets of alchemy. He's not the scientist kind alchemist. He's the military type alchemist.
Yeah, I like to think that when Mustang
also Riza's father was missing from this list. Yeah. The original flame alchemist. He's kind of like a B. Yeah.
I like to think.
What does he do? I don't remember.
He figures out flame alchemy.
he's like on his deathbed and he's speaking to Mustang and being like, "There's only one person I could entrust with the secret of flame alchemy," and then he at the end he's like, "Roy, you became a fucking dog of the military like I knew you would. How fucking dare you?" And he fucking dies. He's like got some cool lines. He also has an interesting like even if you don't see him personally, like he has interesting backstory, just being like someone who's kind of racked with guilt at having come up with such a fucking potent and lethal alchemy, and he's
Oppenheimer.
He's like this consumed like scientist who kind of like obviously was like a shitty father, and just used his daughter as like a tool in his research. It's interesting. Also, again, he has more scenes in the manga too. Yeah, he's called Bernholt. Yeah, Hawkeye.
Okay. I was like, I think I've read like a few chapters of the manga only. I was wondering how good of an adaptation it is in terms of cutting stuff.
It's this guy.
He's got Kumar eyes.
He does. That's what he was doing in bed the whole time. He was like, "Man, my daughter is so cute."
I'll remind you we're live.
Oh yeah. That's what he said, not me. That's cool.
What the fuck? I never knew that that black powder was named after the guy. I thought it was just named after the color.
Wait, what?
What?
Like, go back to the wiki page.
Oh, okay. I didn't read
and
that.
Scroll down to to the last entry.
Yes, a German alchemist of the 13th century. Covered, but Schwarz just means black. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So in German, it's Schwarzpulver instead of black powder.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really convenient.
Okay, but it says allegedly, so maybe it's not true. Maybe it's just a myth. Because it is also black in color, so who knows where the name
exactly
came from.
Well, all right. We settled that.
Yeah, we sure skinned that cat.
Oh, not the poor cat.
Look, they're Siamese twins. They're connected.
The ferret you met, not the cat snake.
Wait, these guys are connected by the ear. They're like weird Siamese twins.
Oh my god.
Wait, what cat snake? I didn't. The ferret from
Green Meadow ferret today.
Oh.
Yes,
oh yeah, I remember.
I saw a ferret the other day. It was fun.
It was fun. It was a cat snake.
Yep.
I will be right back if we go into the Hunter x Hunter list now.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm good. I've got snacks and such.
Yep, that's... Oh, and such. That's cool. I miss him already. Going to go... I don't know if I feel quite good enough to go. I think I'm going to. But I'm going to go see Jim Norton in a few hours, probably.
That's cool.
I haven't been to see a comedian in a very long time.
Yeah.
The last comedian I saw was Ralphie May, who's been dead for years.
This is going to be like me reminding everyone who every single character is, like every time. You guys going, who is that? Oh, I have no visual memory.
You brought it on yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you get for having a good memory.
I even remember who this guy is.
Oh,
do you remember who that is?
Nope. You should be like me. Just fail people so much that they eventually give up on the idea that you might know what you're talking about.
That's fair.
It is.
I will say I remember every single person on screen here. Wonderful. Now that I've checked.
I sometimes wonder if I'm actually as retarded as I think I am, or if I just remember weird things. Because sometimes I'll remember the most obscure things that I heard years and years and years ago. But then I'll watch an episode of anime and I don't remember what happened 5 minutes before. That's why I need you there.
I've spotted a couple characters. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Like, I know partly is because we're like talking and sometimes I have like another tab open. But I do have to like kind of explain to you what's happening a few times while watching shows, and I always wonder, like, I wonder if Green, when he's watching Anime Zone, sometimes kind of zones out and forget and like loses the plot.
Oh, I totally do.
Yeah, and then he's like, Fire Force makes no sense. That people are like, but it does. Look at all these scenes where they explain that.
I didn't say
Fire Force didn't happen.
I didn't say Fire Force makes no sense. I said Fire Force fucking sucks.
Because it makes no sense. Well, this is like this list is entirely chronological, which is handy. Like they're going on characters by first appearance.
Man, Jaws is ripping the bandage off his foot right now. He's probably trailing blood up the steps trying to get back to us.
Yeah, it's like Die Hard.
Yeah. It's like that he's going, his head is getting light from the blood loss, but he's fighting his way back to his computer.
How ironic that a German would be like John McClane.
Yeah, that is ironic.
I
don't know why, but in my brain I thought some of these were from the old show, but no.
No.
I
this
think
guy's from a different show.
Oh, okay.
I think Jaws might recognize him because this is a cameo from the other Togashi manga, Level E.
Oh, fuck.
The sci-fi manga, and he appears as like one of the commentators on one of the fights in the Tower of Heaven.
You know, I think about watching the old Hunter x Hunter sometimes, but it's just so much. It's like the exact opposite of Brotherhood. Like people say it's a really good adaptation, but you're going back to stuff you've seen before, and it's only a little part of it.
I mean, similar to Hunter x Hunter 2003, like I do think that I mean, I might be crazy, but I do feel like the 1999 version of York New is my preferred version, probably just for the mood.
I mean, I've seen some clips and some songs. Like, it looks good.
Oh yeah, I showed you the Hanzo fight in the original, which looks really fucking good. There's some like unexpected Sakuga in it. There is also like 4 like filler arcs that are just like made up, which are like okay, they're fun because you get to see your characters do goofy shit, but they make no sense.
Oh, okay.
Never filler unless it's tied in with actual canon stuff that you can't miss.
Whoa. First off, do we need E?
I don't know. We'll find out. It is a lot of characters, so it might be useful just to differentiate.
Okay, Gon
A. Okay. In this case, then we could Gon in what did you say?
A.
He said A.
You're not playing him in S.
Okay, I agree. He's very good.
Okay.
Okay. Is there much to be said about him? He comes under pure instinct in the neurotyping chart, right?
Yeah. I mean the cool thing or interesting thing about it is that, or what makes him different from the average shonen protagonist, is that he's basically a sociopath. That he's not
that's
a
absolutely
regular...
true.
Yeah.
Like that's the deal. That's what you find out, especially during like Chimera Ant arc, is like, oh, this guy's just a fucking psycho.
He's not a psycho. He's a sociopath.
Well,
that's criticized once. Fucking becomes a giant god murderer.
Yeah, becomes death, destroyer of worlds. Goes Oppenheimer mode. I said this in a video many years ago. I love one thing I love about Gon's dynamic with Killua is as you go along, you realize that the way they present, they're on the inside, they're actually more like each other present on the outside. Where Gon looks like the nice guy and Killua looks like the little psychopath, and as you go along, you realize, oh no, Killua is actually the nice one, and Gon is the fucking psychopath.
Gon is like he's like Laios from Dungeon Meshi. Like they both have severe autism.
Yeah.
Laios just cares about dungeon food and monsters, and he wants to become a monster.
The thing that bugs me about Gon is he starts out like okay, but not that great. And Togashi manages to slowly tease out the character as he goes along until by the end of Chimera Ants, like you really get who Gon is, and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool actually. Yeah. But Gon is just too bland for too long for that to make him an S to me. Where Killua was great the entire time. He just gets better and better and better.
That's true. Okay.
Okay.
We have his auntie.
Yeah.
She's pretty
okay.
nice for
She's
being
nice. Kind of cute.
I like her. I do.
C or B, probably.
Probably B. I think B.
No. Like if we have that many tiers, she would be lower than that.
I think she's closer to C probably because B is gonna have a lot of guys who are just a bit lower.
I mean, I won't fight it. I do like I think it's anime original. I like the scene where Gon says, "I don't need to know who my mother is because I have her." That was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's anime original.
I'm not sure because I read growing up, the first time I read Hunter x Hunter, it was like terrible scans, and so the translation was like pretty iffy. So the second time I read it, like there lots of dialogue was like changed around, and I was like, I don't remember him saying that. So it might have been one of those versions. We have the captain on the ship,
D.
Like a D.
Yeah.
He has like, I mean, I appreciate that he's like kind of he's like a badass filter for the first bit where he's like, oh, which of you guys are gonna not puke on my ship? This is like his what do you call the guy? What do you call the boy on the ship? The
first mate or cabin boy?
No. Cabin boy. Yeah, he's like a cabin boy. Yeah, he's like Kobe from One Piece. Okay. Who's this pretty girl?
That girl voiced by Sawashiro
Yuki.
S. Like in terms of the quote unquote main characters, I like Kurapika the most.
I'll allow S. I think
S is fair.
Of the main characters, he's the best after. He's the best after Killua. Like he's better than Gon. He's better than Leorio.
For some reason, I don't feel as strongly about Killua than most other people do.
I will fight you.
Yeah, everyone loves Killua, and I think Killua is great, but
I don't feel as strongly about Kurapika. Kurapika is kind of like
he's a bit stereotypical, but
Kurapika reminds me a lot of. I know this is anachronistic, but he reminds me of Light from Death Note. But if he were just like a bit nicer, where he's like super intelligent, very like goal driven and like black and white, and just like this is what has to be done, but he doesn't have like much. Because he's so like consumed by revenge and his goals, and he's just like he's kind of like too perfect in a way.
I get that. What I like about one thing I like about Kurapika, his character is relatively simple, especially compared to the other big Hunter x Hunter characters. He gets a lot of very good story moments. Like he drives a lot of what happens in York New, and he gets a lot of good scenes in what exists of Dark Continent so far too. Like he's arguably the main character of Dark Continent.
Yeah, for the moment.
That's true. I wasn't thinking of Dark Continent.
Yeah, and one thing I like about him, I like how he's the brooding revenge guy, but he has this double life where he's also this really responsible professional hunter who's always like on a team.
Yeah, and he's also just generally a nice guy. But in terms of what Ichi said about his perfection, I think it makes sense in the way that he's portrayed that way because he's his own downfall. Like he's his own biggest weakness.
I get that.
And the way it's set up that
those kind of characters are generally like not my favorites to like observe, to like watch.
For me it's exactly that which I like the most, like people who fuck themselves over.
I mean, Kurapika
No, I'm not saying I don't like people who fuck themselves over. I'm saying I preferred when they're like kaiji rather than being a perfectionist who fucks himself over.
Kurapika, as the story goes along, he like starts getting obnoxious with how self-destructive he is. Like it gets to the point where you're like, okay, people need to sit him down and have a talk and just like get him to quit for a moment.
Leorio needs to punch him again.
There becomes a point in Dark Continent where he's like, okay, I've invented a new
Emperor time.
Yeah, I've invented a new power. Like every time I use it for a minute, it takes a month off my life. It's like, Kurapika, you need to stop.
Men will literally invent a new power instead of going to therapy.
It's like, okay, Kurapika, we're getting to the point where you're obviously doing this out of a sense of masochism, and you're hurting yourself and the people around you.
Yeah. I will also say it is great that he is the one that they use to exemplify how insane you can make Nen powers early on.
Yeah.
Like it's great that they're just like, it's like a video game. You can just break the system by making a power which is just overpowered for this specific circumstance. It's very funny.
It's not making the systems like min-maxing.
No. What I mean is it breaks. What I mean is within like the context of York New and the spiders, it's breaking the system because like he is just like fucking just becomes like very funny how he just can take someone down. Like,
I would still consider it like min-maxing. Like imagine you have like a video game where you can fight normal people and ghosts, and you make a character that can only kill ghosts but kills them in one hit.
Sure. No, I totally understand. I'm saying he's broken for the spiders.
I do find that funny as well because it works. It's such a good way of using the logic of the rules of the world.
Yeah,
where like the way the Chimera ants, the way the spiders behave is like if you live in a world where people can tailor make powers to very specific circumstances.
Make their revenge.
It's like don't go around being like a megamaniacal troop of murderers. It's like sooner or later you're going to run into the wrong person and then you're going to be fucked. And they ran into the wrong person and now they're fucked. And it's just funny to me. It's like of course this is going to happen eventually.
Green, again, like with the Ishvalans, the only thing it's taught us is that when you exterminate a people, you need to be much more thorough.
I mean,
don't leave any of them alive because they will always come back and kill you.
I think I actually joked while we were watching that, where we were watching the stuff with the Ishvalans, and it's like, it's so weird we never get this from the Apaches.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Green, you are streaming.
Yeah. Oh shit! No.
Greener said things that would make him look worse. But thinking about the power systems, maybe there's a tier maker for power systems. That would be really
that would be interesting. Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah.
Okay, Leorio.
For hard magic system, he's A, but he's less than
yeah. One, like he's it's just the pretty boys are the S, the other ones are A.
It's cool just having like a dude around who is like. It's like a cool tough guy.
Yeah, and also he's
his speeches. I like he's a doctor. That's a cool like thing you don't see very often.
I mean, the way that he starts off with saying that money is his goal, which is not true.
Right. Yeah,
it's pretty interesting.
I love how
he has a kicking theme song that starts every time he shows up on screen. It goes da-da, da-da. Yeah. It's like a fucking jazz. It's like the Pink Panther theme. Yeah.
I love how
whenever he.
I love how when Gon comes back from the hospital, he's the one who gets to have the big father-son moment with Gon, like hugging in front of everyone.
And he punches Gon's dad in the fucking head.
God, that was great.
And then Gin is just like, I let him do that. Also, I stole his power lol.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we have fake fox guy. I assume this represents the whole family, the two parents and the child. They're fun. They're okay.
Brutal.
These are like humans. They're humans that are like werewolves, where they can turn into these creatures.
It's also funny they're using
the other way around. They're creatures that can turn into humans.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's funny they're using a frame from like the last scene of the show.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's when he takes the place of Goto, the butler. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, he's fine.
It's okay. It's like a D probably.
Yeah.
A guy. Oh, it is. Yeah.
I mean, he's a meme, but I don't like him. Like, he's not interesting. Or
I will say he is an interesting idea, but I think he stays on too long. Like he should have. He should have been like in the first 2 rounds, and then he gets like filtered. Instead, he's like, he gets all the way to like the surviving with the name tags, and it's like, come on, man. He's just a goofy character. It's funny that he's there when Killua retakes the exam. The rookie crusher. I don't know. Is he a D or a C?
I'd say C.
Or whatever.
C is a fun gimmick. This is the stupid kid who has a computer but can't run.
I was amazed he didn't come back.
Wait, what?
Really?
He was such a weirdly specific character.
He's like Jaws. He at the start he's like, I have stats on everyone, and my computer will simulate the way to victory. Then the first course, which is running down the corridor, he sweats the hell and falls over and drops his head.
All right. Okay.
And he goes, "Oh no, I can't even make the cut."
I don't care. Just put him somewhere.
Oh, who's this?
It's
okay.
Another
now
guy.
moving on to his
Dude, don't even joke like that.
Okay, it's Green's adoptive son, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. Okay.
Do you prefer the yo-yos or do you prefer when he become Lightning Bolt Man?
That's
yeah.
hard. Also, why do the yo-yos have a Star of David on them? That was a very weird.
Because
I watched Yu Yu Hakusho, like the beginning of the tournament arc, and there's a character who uses the same yo-yos. So
I will say
a proto
this
killer.
is
yeah.
this. We've seen this like just me and Green watching stuff. This has popped like up. I think in Japan the Star of David is seen as an occult like symbol more than anything religious. Like it is associated with alchemy circles and witchcraft way more than it has anything to do with
it's probably
Jewish.
because the Solomon.
Yeah, like, and I always thought of like Kilu's thing as just being like, it could just be a pattern, but I always thought it as kind of like his family is like creepy and occult in a way. And they have like weird arts and stuff, so it kind of seems like, oh, it's like kind of dark and edgy in a way. It's just a thing. Yeah. But yeah, he's cool. Remember when he pulled that guy's heart out and conveniently wrapped it in a bag for the sensors? That was fun.
Remember right next to that when Leorio looked up that person's skirt?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, weird to have those scenes right next to each other. There's a
Wait, he didn't look up someone's skirt. He felt her up.
Oh, right. Thematic resonance.
Yeah, he had to grope her everywhere to make sure. Ahsoka S.
Yeah, that's beyond argument.
One of my favorite villains.
Yeah.
Like at least in anime, maybe in fiction. I love Ahsoka.
In terms of Hunter x Hunter, I'm always kind of debating: do I like him or Crollo more? But
it's tough.
So hard,
it's funny that they fight.
I like Ahsoka more, but
it's especially with the
more unique
stuff that. I mean, I don't know if Michi and Green have read the latest chapters.
Not the latest one. Sorry, I thought you were. I haven't seen Crow's backstory in the junkyard. I thought you were alluding to the fight.
No. I don't know. Green, have you?
I was caught up a few years ago, but I know he released a batch of new chapters. I have not read the newer ones.
Yeah, I haven't read those.
I mean, they're like really good, and since I read that, I'm wondering, do I like him more? Or
I don't want to read any more Dark Continent until they hit a stopping point, because I'm not going to do this every 2 years for the next 20 years.
I think
he's chugging away right now. He has like.
I think the difference right now is I think Crollo is like a type of villain I have seen before various times, but he's just probably the best version of that. Like he's done the most well. Whereas Hisoka is like his own thing. He's a very there isn't really any other kind of like recurring villain exactly like him. Like I dig. He's like an ogre. He has so many layers.
Yeah,
his motivations are so interesting.
With Togashi, I honestly feel like Togashi does this thing where he likes to inject elements into his story that if you had to explain them in one sentence, they would sound like the worst idea ever.
There's a gay pervert clown.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a serial killer pedophile clown that's themed around playing cards and uses gum-themed energy attacks. And has a weird fascination with the main character.
Only Hunter x Hunter could have like a scene simultaneously be a boner joke and also be fantastic characterization. Like that scene is great and needs to be in the story, and I will fight anyone who says it's dumb.
That reminded me of another character that's like him and probably inspired by him from a shonen manga that probably no one knows, which is called Gamaran. Which is like a martial arts.
Don't know that one, but it sounds.
Yeah, of course not. Manga, and there's a character that now thinking about it is probably inspired.
Remember when Hisoka told that math puzzle to the guy he was fighting in Heaven's Arena?
Yes.
He just stops to do the quizzes from the back of cereal boxes before he kills someone.
I love his version of the. Various characters have their rationalizations for how to tell what Nen type someone is.
Mm-hmm. Oh right, here's the blood type one.
Yeah. Yes. Where you can just peg someone instantly. No pun intended.
I like that him and Killua have the same Nen type as well. That's cool.
Yes, they're similar. And also, I love how he comes back and Illumi is like, "You missed the Chimera ants, dude," and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
What's a Chimera
get to
ant?
fight one.
Yeah, you literally. I mean, it's funny because in my head, like, if if Hisoka found out about Meruem, he'd be down there like a fucking lightning bolt. Like he'd be running to the palace to be like, "I must fight the strongest guy," and get fucking killed. It'd be so funny.
I think Hisoka would poke his head in, sense how strong Meruem was, and then he would just slowly back out.
I don't think he's insane, but he would be definitely tempted. He would go around and find some strong chimeras he could.
Yeah. He would probably kill the royal guards or try to.
Like, he could.
Like the red guy.
Help. I don't know if he could do it on its own.
He would take on Yuppie.
I don't think Hisoka could kill Yuppie.
I don't know.
Yuppie can do energy explosions that murder everyone.
Okay, but we need to move. Let's move on.
Okay. But he could go. You know when the spiders went into the hive, like he would kill all those people. Yeah, all those chimeras.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't even care about these guys.
It's the three brothers that gang up on Killa.
Just put them wherever.
They all suck actually.
Okay, Hanzo, strong B.
Yeah,
like people like him.
He's our first B. Yeah,
and he finally came back.
It's cool. Yeah, he's a neat dude. Do we know what his Nen power is yet?
No, but he let. Okay. Oh wait, fuck. In doesn't he have some like astral projection thing in Dark Continent?
Oh, he might have.
He uses his powers very briefly in the newer manga sections, but I don't remember.
For someone who looks like he would just be like a generic ninja dude, he's got a lot more going on.
Yeah, he's fine.
We have something with B. No. This is the guy who Killua kills in the tournament.
Oh,
Borko or
Bordero or Bobodoro.
Bordero, yeah, Bobo.
Just throw him in B or something.
He just says like, "I will not find a child." Then Hisoka whispers something in his ear, and he goes, and then Killua kills him. Yeah,
who cares? Just
fuck this guy.
Just burn the next three. I don't care.
Well, this is the fat guy. He's pretty good at cooking. He has a discussion with her where it's like, cooking shouldn't be part of. I'm gonna become a food hunter. Shut up. This is the guy who gets decapitated by Hisoka, but
that's a lot of people.
He's kind of interesting. Yeah,
he's kind of interesting. He's the guy who is stalking Gon as Gon is stalking Hisoka.
Okay.
And he uses like poison darts.
Yeah.
I mean, he's okay. He's like a D probably, maybe a C. I mean, he's like okay. Yeah. This is the snake guy, snake man who dies in cave.
Oh, okay.
Such a compelling arc.
Yeah.
Oh wait, should we put him in S?
For snake.
I
think Ponzu is a very cute design.
Yeah, she's adorable.
The one who gets her brain picked.
She does. Yeah. No.
She gets shot by the crazy turtle guy.
She gets shot by the piranha looking dude.
Mofo. Yeah.
Oh right.
He's probably on the list somewhere.
He's gonna be somewhere.
Yeah.
Who cares? But yeah, no, I like her design. She has fun hips. I like her hip design.
She's pretty clever. Like when she's inside she has bees and she's inside the cave. And she's like, "Come on, dumbass! I can't get out of here because of the snakes." Blah,
yeah,
blah,
cute face, likes plants, round hips. She has everything. Put her in B.
She has everything.
Green hair.
Also, she joins the wrong party along with Arrow guy.
Yeah, Arrow guy can be B or C. Probably C, but B's fine.
Probably C. I mean, he dies like a chump and then gets his brain. I mean, he is responsible for many deaths because he let himself be caught by the Chimera Ants. So fuck this guy. He's a war criminal. Bad.
He's like, I can help guys. No, you can't.
This is a guy who is a monkey. Oh no, this is a guy who commands monkeys.
I don't even remember.
He has monkeys. Yeah. Okay, the Satots.
C.
Runny man.
I'll say C.
I think he's like a C. Yeah.
C for this guy.
I mean, it's implied he's kind of an interesting hunter, maybe, but he just acts like a butler.
I mean, the judges are fine; they just don't do much.
Yeah.
And then she can be B. She's a good design.
Yeah.
Oh, Netero.
Netero.
I wonder what Netero is.
A or S?
S, obviously.
I'll allow S.
I'm counting his cool backstory where he punches in the Himalayas.
Oh man.
Also, he has the best moments in the show and the best lines. So yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing that? Like sometimes I drive by a tree and I'm like, I should just stand there and punch all day.
Green, do you know the YouTuber called like Jack's Blade or something
Oh,
like that?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he does like exercises based on anime characters, and his he did one of those like the Netero workout, and it's like do a squat and just do like alternating punches for like 30 minutes. It was pretty fun the few weeks I tried.
Pretty fucking cool.
By weeks I mean days. Hey, it's Bean.
We have small Bean.
Yay! Bean, riding Bean. I like him. He's fun.
I mean, he can be
like
a B.
B for Bean.
B or C. Oh, this we have
Candle guy.
Oh,
He's
it's
the candle guy.
Okay.
I don't even.
He says,
remember.
"Hey, I have candles." He's kind of smart. I mean, it's a funny fight.
We have drill
like a
tweets.
C. This guy is also voiced by Bon Clay and Yoki from FMA.
I don't know. D.
He's like,
I
am a fucking fighting dude. I mean, it's a funny idea. I like that he just stays on the floor for the rest of the fight. This girl, I love her design. Like, I think she's really cute.
You can put her in
her
B if you
design
want.
is just proportionate to how much she shows up. Thanks. Just based on design. She's the one who's like, "Am I a boy or a girl?" And Leorio is like, "Oh, only one way to find out." And,
okay.
and she's cleverer than that because she's like a mastermind. She's the one who slips this guy a note to stay on the floor. And then she's like, let's bet on whether he's alive or dead. And then Leorio's like, I'll hold him over the edge. So she's kind of clever. Her name is like Minxie or something. We have serial killer guy who rips people's flesh with his hands. It's like a D or a C. I like his face. Guy who trains with man who trains with 4 knives and dies.
I don't even remember.
What? Oh, come on. Have you guys watched this fucking show?
Yeah.
When Hisoka gets to the bottom of the tower, this guy goes, I've been waiting since last year's exam to get revenge on you, Hisoka. And he has like 4 knives that he juggles. And then Hisoka immediately grabs 2 of the knives. And he's like, what? It took me like 2 years to learn how to grab the knives. And then it just ends, it cuts to a shot of him decapitated on the floor.
Oh.
I don't remember.
I mean, I did watch Hunter x Hunter in like 2017. It's been a while.
Okay, this is the lady.
Man, I'm old.
During the tournament, like the bracket, and she's on the blimp. Yeah, she's the announcer, but for the first.
Tagashi loves announcer chicks so much.
He does since Yu Yu Hakusho. There's like a D. Illumi.
B or A.
A?
A's,
yeah,
A's fine.
A.
He's interesting.
Yeah, he has some amazing character moments. Oh, remember when he assumes he's going
cool fight scenes.
Remember when he assumes he's going to die because he's the one Kilo loves most?
And that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and then the other guys look at him like, I don't want to be the one to tell him.
Yeah. Also, he has I love how he goes and kills all the people who hired.
Yeah.
The Zoldyck because Krollo hired him to kill them.
Yeah, Hisoka makes an offhanded joke about killing Killua, and
that's great. Where he does the face like he looks like he's from The Ring. Yeah,
it's hard to keep names straight here because so many of the names almost sound like other characters.
Yeah, I know. His name is Illumi. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We're killing it.
This is the lady on the Zoldyck tour bus who says, right here you will see the Zoldyck estate and the famous mountains and shit. And then he's like, hey, don't get off the bus here. You're crazy. She's a cute, I guess she's a D though.
Okay.
Okay, Green, does anyone remember who this guy is?
No.
I do. No. This is the gatekeeper of the Zoldyck estate.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And who's like, I feed Doggo Boy. And this is his assistant guy.
This guy's actually pretty cool.
He's pretty cool, and he's also really strong. Like he
he's
opens and closes the gates. Yeah, he's like, I am a fuck. I love how he just looks like a Japanese businessman.
This guy's probably C.
This is like a rancher dude. Yeah, and then the scary dog. I mean, he's cool.
He's fine.
Yeah, supposedly strong.
C, probably C.
C, probably C. He has a dog.
Yes.
Hey, it's Miluki.
Yeah.
Milky Zoldyck.
What Milky Way?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Like he's good. He's a good design for what he is. I don't like him that much though.
Yeah. I say yeah, B is fine.
Oh no, Michi's. Well, we'll just talk about the next photo.
Oh, shut up. I like how he's like a mama's boy.
Yeah.
And he's very much like, you'll hurt mama's feelings, Killua. And he's like, good.
And then Killua's a daddy's boy, and the dad is so much
Yeah.
better than the mom.
Also, it's funny that he's like torturing Killua, and Killua's like, oh no, that hurts so much.
Yeah.
Hey, it's fine. He could be a B, but whatever. I'll put him here near the top of C.
D.
Mom. I don't like the mom.
I don't like the mom.
She's stupid.
Oh,
She's like fucking. She's like the Earl Lemon Grab of the thing.
That's
she
true.
Shouts Killua instead of dungeon or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
I'll allow B for Goto. My impulse is A.
I think A too, kind of. I really like Goto.
His relationship with Killua is great.
His two like major scenes, like the coin flipping thing and the fight with Hisoka, are like some of the highlights of the show. Yeah, I think he's very cool. It was surprising that he did actually die. Like,
yeah, it was.
Like, he wasn't like some kind of like enshrined like character that obviously wouldn't die, but it was kind of unexpected. Like you thought something would interrupt it, but Hisoka just like, oh, cool, a guy fucking killed him.
And it's such a ticking time bomb too. It's like the only person who was like nice to Killua other than Alika. Like,
and it's fucked up that Killua still doesn't know.
Yeah,
because the dog dude impersonates him to this day.
Goto is like at least 40% of Killua's emotional life, and he's just dead, and Killua doesn't know.
Yeah, it's dead. He got decapitated by a sadistic clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. This is
Canary.
Canary.
Yeah, also
A. Canary.
I'd say B,
like
but
Canary.
I'll allow A.
I think B, but I think A is fine.
B for girl.
She's a cute design. I dig her relationship. It's fun.
Yeah.
Kaluto.
I like him, her.
That's fine.
Him, her, question mark. B probably, I think.
B's probably fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget this
It's
person
interesting
exists
that
pretty often.
They have like they almost have as hard of a crush as Illumi on Killua, which is kind of interesting.
I never noticed that. Like,
well, that is like something that is kind of in the background, but like there's a few like internal dialogues where like, oh, Killua and Neichan, and then when Togashi released like the relationship chart between them, they were like, oh, Kaluto like is obsessed with or loves Killua, but Killua doesn't pay much attention to them. Like they don't dislike them; they're just like kind of ambivalent, which is funny. We have not what's his name? Silva.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
He's great. A probably.
A strong A.
I love his manly speech and how he's like, "Shut up, woman."
Yes.
He's gonna go see his friend. Yeah. And that's that.
Silva, Zoldyck, and the dad from Bakuman, the two greatest dads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yes, and all his fucking fights are cool. He's just like this, like a badass who probably has like trillions of amazing badass stories. And he's just like fucking. I love that he tells Chitu that fucking Zeno's gonna land on his head.
Yeah.
This is like, speaking of Zeno,
also A.
A. He's great.
A or B. A's fine.
Okay. I really like him. I think he's very cool.
Good.
I also like how I like
when he spazzes out and he jumps onto Crollo like a little monkey and starts like jabbing him with 1,000 punches. Like, now Silva, fucking blow his head up. That's so funny. I love his fucking dragon, and he doesn't give a shit about the collateral damage. He just like fucking go.
I like how he's not even the oldest member of the Zoldycks.
Oh, that's right. There's like an old shriveled up shrimp person who's like, great grandma's old dick.
I also like how you see him as a baby looking up at Netero, and he's like, "I'm not."
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's like I was your age when you were a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched exactly that episode last night, and I think Netero's like 160 years old or something.
Yeah, he's like 150 or something. Yeah, and this guy's like 70, 80. Yeah. Okay, we have the announcer lady.
The cuter announcer.
B or A.
I think this one's the cuter announcer. I love the bags on her.
She's the elevator attendant.
I'm so sick of shit.
She's the elevator girl, isn't she?
Yeah, elevator. But there's two elevator girls actually. They're missing. Like there's like energetic one who gets angry and punches Killua in the head, and then there's this one.
Are you thinking of the old show?
No, I swear there's 2 elevator doors.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not mad.
I really want to find this
Oh
out.
god
Hold on.
damn it. Let's do homework.
Look, I'm just curious because I don't want to be having a schizophrenic fit. Where do they show the employees? Employees section.
Probably nowhere.
Michi's trying to make reservations.
I'm not. I'm just trying to find out. Okay, here we go. So, competitors and employees. See, there is a fucking employees section.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, it is from the old show. Damn it. God damn it. Green was right. Yeah, I thought there was 2 of them.
Well.
Yeah, this one here is like, I'm all Genki and I get angry. Yeah, this one is like, I'm dead inside, and that's cool.
Yeah, she's the one who lends you a cigarette behind the wall.
She's got bags in her eyes. Also, one of the spectators is Togashi. Confirmed. The other one is Baka Ki El Dogra from level E. Yeah.
Okay, well, we nailed that.
Okay, cool. So anyway, she's like a C? I don't know.
I'd put her in B. She's cute.
The fighting is happening.
B.
We have.
It's like a Naruto name.
Yeah, I'd put the kid in B, and then the trainer in. Actually, A or B.
If the kid is B, then he would be.
Yeah,
A.
put him in A.
I wouldn't put him in A though. So
I think kid should be C, and
that's fair. Do that.
And he should be B. Yeah.
Michi
Wing is pretty fun. He just like a standard Japanese guy.
Yeah.
He just graduated from high school and he started teaching.
That's what he looks like, but he's just way more.
I mean, I love how Wayne just flat out tells them, like, listen, there's this other method that you shouldn't do, but you know, we're gonna do it.
It would be really cool if you did.
But it would be really cool if you did.
So if you like want to be like an uncool pussy, like, you know, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, this goes in B because she's cute.
Yeah.
Okay. We have spinning top man who is a spinning top himself. Truly, you are what you eat.
D, maybe C. I think C. I'd put the next 3. Just burn them. I don't care.
Oh, this guy is like a D. This guy has a wheelchair and he's like electricity, and then someone's like, I'm immune to electricity, and he fucking dies. Arm guy is lame too. The spinning top guy has an interesting fight, like where he's like. They're spinning around and hitting Gon from different angles. Like, it's a cool fight. This one is like over.
And his emotional attachment to his tops makes them stronger.
Yeah. Okay. What? So what is this guy called? It's called like.
I forget. I want to call every character Kite.
It's something with K. It's like.
I know it's not Kite.
It's like Kabuto or something like that. But yeah,
I don't know.
He makes a doppelganger of himself. Real imaginative as a Nen power. Well done, dude. Here's your trophy in the mail for the best imagination.
And then there's the whole explanation of he's trying to make powers that are cool, but they're going against type. Where if he had just focused on being an enhancer, he would have been very strong. But he kept trying to be tricky and use every power once, and so he dies.
I'd
put him in C.
Oh, he serves this.
Yeah.
He serves this purpose. I've never seen level E. So.
I don't care.
A. Okay. S. Really?
Yeah. I'll allow S.
I'm with Jaws on this one.
I won't fight
really
you.
Like
I definitely like Crollo, just not as much as the other characters in S.
The orchestra scene is
the Requiem.
The Requiem is also he made a guy get eaten by a fish. The book is super cool. I love that he's just staving off
backstory elevates him like by a ton. So
if that's true, then I'm going to like him even more.
Well, I think Crollo, his best moments actually come in the Hisoka fight, and it's specifically him talking about his power, where it's so cool. I like how he likes to by stealing people's powers and looking at the little details of how they work. He figures out the psychology of like the person who stole it from.
He's like, I figure this power was probably from someone who had a hard life or something. Yeah, it's interesting.
A really cool detail is he said, the person I stole this power from, they didn't really think of a corpse as a human anymore once the head was gone, and therefore that affects how the power works. And that's such a weird little thing.
Well, yeah, wasn't it that he still did, so he couldn't use it like that or something? or the other way around.
Same.
Yeah, there was something specific where he was like, oh, but this power I can't use it the same way because it requires something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, Crull's great. I wonder how his earrings are attached.
Yeah, I always think about that.
It's like they have suction cups. We have Nobunaga.
Nobunaga is one of my
I like
favorites.
Nobunaga quite a lot, yeah, because he seems like he's going to be very generic. And then it's funny that he's a great enhancer because he just essentially was like, look, I'm just a fucking samurai, so I'm just going to make myself like the best samurai.
Yeah, he's like the kill zone, like small range, but probably everything that gets into it gets annihilated.
It's also great that I love that he is like has to babysit Killua and Gon that time, and he's
and then he wants
like,
Gon to
I really wish I
them
could fucking kill these kids.
replacement.
And then he's like, join me. It's funny.
I think most of the spiders
I like him
are
a lot.
A.
He's probably A.
Just A until proven otherwise.
It's A except for like Cortopi.
He's
the
a
most
B.
boring.
And
man, I love Phaeton so fucking much. But A is fine. I'm not gonna argue he's like as good as these two, but man, I fucking love like the sun fight is like one of the highlights of the series for me every time. I love that he's just such the perfect edgelord. Like he's like Killua on steroids.
His own people are running away.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's just like reveling. Yeah, I love when everyone runs away and he's like reveling, like how he's like fucking Mustang. How does it feel that your throat to burn up? Is that cool? Hell yeah. He's great. Oh man.
Oh god.
Best female character design. Probably.
Yeah. Also, very minor point, but just one of the random image songs they made for her. It's called like Strains. I used to just love the click. I used to love a click on that while I was writing. You just see her face and it's playing the cool little Strain song.
She has a very funny face when Hisoka ties her hands together.
Yeah.
And she's like, God fucking damn it.
One of my favorite moments in the show.
Actually, she should really be thanking Hisoka for not having murdered her instantly there. I think his motive was probably that she is useful to me as a healer in the future. And also, I'd like to fight her fairly at some point, probably. That's interesting.
I realize that's actually in the manga, but one of my favorite moments in the story is when, after the fight with Chrollo, she goes to heal Hisoka, and in her mind, her just instinct is like, oh, underneath it all, we're all still friends, you know? Like, that's just her impulse.
He's a spider.
And then Hisoka just goes out and kills 2 people immediately.
Yeah, kills 2 people. That's great. Oh man, Finks. I love Finks too. Why are the spiders so fucking good?
Yeah, they're all A.
Just put the next
Finks
4
is
in
such
A,
a funny guy, where he's just this eyebrowless dude, bro, who's like, I spin my fucking arm and I punch shit.
I love how dumb
always
his
like
power
super
is.
Serious.
His power is so stupid and it's awesome.
I've mentioned this to Green so many times, but since I was a teenager, I've always had this funny fantasy of like imagining him like having a 10-year training arc where all he does is spin his arm, and then they drop him on Meruem and he just punches him in the head, explodes his brains. And it's like worth it. Yeah.
Finks is like if Popeye was a Nen power.
Yeah.
I am what I am.
People die when they are killed.
Okay, we have Shalnark. Shalnark is fun. He's like a goofy little dude. I don't know if he's A.
B is fine. A or B.
He might be top of B. Okay, fine. I'm okay with A, but I will say he's not as good as
almost all the spiders.
He's not as good as Phaeton or Maki.
The only spider that I would fight them
when he puts his own antenna in himself and goes Super Saiyan, and that's very funny.
The only spider that I would fight them being an A is Cortopi, but there's border ones.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, also the flute
Franklin.
Franklin is A.
Sure.
Franklin is A. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, she's A.
Yeah, she's definitely A.
She's so.
She's
cute.
the other best female character design. Yeah, she's amazing.
I
also loves when she fights in her Calvin Klein underwear.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Is Pakunoda A or S?
A.
A.
Okay,
but
that's
she's
fine.
good. Also, she has Nobunaga's nose. Did you ever notice that?
Oh God, that's crazy.
They must be related.
I think she's probably
she's cool.
She's one of the best spiders. She's actually really cool. I like her.
It's good. Yeah. I enjoy that some spiders are non-combative, although she's not one. She's obviously stronger than Cortopi. I don't mean stronger. I mean stronger as a character, although she probably is also stronger in fighting.
She also has some more interesting backstory stuff.
That's true.
Yes. Verily so. Oh, did Michi run off again?
No,
Probably.
I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who's next? It's
You tell us.
But
Oh,
I would say this one is not an A.
yeah,
I
let's
don't
put him
even
in
remember
B.
his name.
his name is Bolnakov or something.
Fuck.
Bonelanov or
I mean,
something.
he has an
Yeah.
interesting power, but
His power is
is
interesting, but
cool.
he's not an
Yeah,
interesting character.
no, I agree.
At least
He's
not
like just
now.
an insane guy. But yeah, his power
Yeah.
is really cool. I love.
It's also
I
not
love
one of the
Jupiter.
original spiders.
oh fuck.
That's true.
Uvo is at
Uvogan.
least A, if not S. Actually, I would put him in S.
Let's put him in S.
He's the Iskandar of
He's
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter.
He's voiced by the same voice actor.
oh, that's cool. I forgot about Uvujin because he's so cool. I don't even think of him as like one of the spiders. He's like his own thing.
Yeah, he's just like a guy who turned up.
Him killing the sacred beasts.
Also, yeah,
That's
all the
literally
shadow
like
beasts.
my favorite episode of anime. It's like at least top 3.
it's great. Yeah. Also, it's funny that immediately afterwards he gets killed.
I was dying that
would be
entire
already-
episode.
He would be already S without the extra stuff that he gets, and that even like the backstory stuff elevates him
Yeah.
even more than that.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
He's great. He's like the perfect way to do a big dumb musclehead character.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I like how he has to pee all the poison out by drinking a bunch of beer.
It's
so funny.
The
It's-
parasites, not the poison. But
it's
yeah.
so
Oh yeah, the parasites.
It's so great too that they frame it as this battle of teams. It's like, the beasts versus the spiders, and the spiders like, yeah, we're just gonna have one guy take care of this.
Yeah.
Cortopia is lucky to be in B.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
honestly,
Nothing.
them dying is the most interesting thing they ever did.
Yeah, they duplicate items. Ooh. Okay,
It's
so
the
Killer's teacher.
Killer's
not
teacher
Killer,
is-
B.
Kurapika's teacher. Yeah.
Kurapika's teacher.
I think
He's
B.
like a B.
Like he's
okay, he's a
perfectly
standard-
fine for what he is.
He's pretty good.
He's like a standard sensei character. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
That's
one of
the
the. So
dog
these are the.
person, right?
Yeah, these are all the. Well, these are all the recruits for
Yeah.
protection of
And Leon.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of dogs. He's okay.
C.
A C probably.
I put the next two in C and put Basho in B.
I remember this guy being a bit more interesting.
He's Basho, isn't he?
Oh, this is Basho. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's named after the Japanese poet.
This guy is just Lupin the Third.
Yeah. Except he dies instead of being.
We have Melody.
At least B.
Melody. Yeah, at least if not
Yeah,
A.
I think she's B.
She's
cool.
also very good in Dark Continent, which is part of that.
I
Yeah.
don't remember hers, so I haven't gotten that.
Like
part yet.
she does the thing that briefly stun locks
Yeah.
the terror sandwich.
Oh, I will also say her like hunter objective is very interesting, where she wants to
It's
find
very-
the devil.
yeah.
The
It's like,
devil's.
Yeah, it's like that movie with Johnny Depp. I don't know the English name of it, but I've seen it a couple of times where he hunts down like
Hollow.
paid. No, where he's
Pirates of
like
the
a
Caribbean.
librarian. No. He's a librarian and he hunts down a supposedly text written by the devil himself. Like
Oh,
in
I don't
German,
know
translated
this.
into English, it would be something like the 9 Portals, but I don't know what the actual English
Okay.
name is.
Okay.
Not familiar, but sounds cool. Okay, we have
Neon.
Neon.
B or
I mean,
C.
great design.
Neon
I
is pretty
think-
good.
B.
B.
Yeah,
B's fine.
she's cute.
But is
Her
she
dad
alive?
is- Her dad is okay. He's like a C. He's like.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a
protecting my
real big asshole, or am I confusing him?
Well, I don't know, but he's a gangster, so obviously, but he's just like the Godfather. He's like, yeah.
Like, wasn't he? Nah, whatever.
Are you thinking
Yeah.
of the guy who wants to collect the video game?
No.
Yeah, whatever.
No, but
I
C is.
don't recognize these
This
next two.
guy's just like a bodyguard. Fuck him. In fact,
Is
can
he not
go
another gangster?
I don't
Is that?
remember what it is, so
Wait. Is that the girl? One of the kites? Well, not necessarily kites. Associates. One of the girls who goes to the.
Oh,
dark
no,
to.
That's your thinking.
Oh
of.
no, like she's like in the middle. Yeah, they look like. I was wondering since we did not see the head, so I was not sure what that was.
This guy's B or C.
This is the pot guy. I think he's B. He's
B's
kind of
fine.
fun.
Oh yeah, right. He's pretty interesting.
He's like, I make pots. Okay, we have worm guy.
I don't really like any of these that much. They could all go in C or D.
This
Yeah,
guy
they
is
all
probably
go
one
in
which
D.
does anything, and yeah, he's like a C, and everyone else is D probably.
Yeah, just blow past it.
In fact, he's probably D too, actually, because he doesn't really do anything
Yeah,
except
they're
get
all
captured
D
and
tier.
tortured. Yeah. This guy has teeth. Ooh, how interesting. Oh wait, this is her dad. So this is the guy who like scouts to see who can protect her. This is the dad, right? Oh no, this is the video game collector. This is the dad. Okay. Yeah, they do look similar. This is the guy who wants the video game to save his son, right? Or wife.
I don't know. I don't care.
He sends people into Greed Island because one of the cards says cure all, and he wants it for his dying daughter or something. This is the guy who is directly under him.
Oh well, the Greed Island, the rich guy from Greed Island is trying to save his much younger lover who has a terminal disease.
That's it.
If that's who it is, I actually like that guy well enough.
You do? Okay.
The Greed Island guy is pretty cool. Like he's a good motive.
This is his like second in command who's inside of the game.
Probably B.
He's okay. He's at the volleyball game, right?
Is he?
Well, he's around for most of the arc.
He's part of the game, yeah.
Like he's
the guy
the
who
leader.
Almost immediately gets killed by a bomber and his head gets thrown in a plastic bag. Back.
Don't remember.
C.
He doesn't do anything. This guy is the exorcist guy.
I don't remember them.
Didn't he also get killed at the
No.
No way.
No.
He helps Frollo get his power back.
The Chimeras come to the island to recruit him.
Oh, this guy!
He has like a creature on his arm. He exercises the Krollo's sealed Nen.
Oh, he can be a C or a B.
It's like a C.
One of those.
He's like a C.
It's cool that he managed to survive the bomber just through his tenacity.
Yes. The two sisters
who
are like... Yeah, there's two of them. One is at the reception, and one is at the like information counter or something. Yeah, there's two of them.
C's.
They're both C's. I mean, they're like the designs are really good, but that's it.
I don't remember the next three. Do whatever.
Okay, this guy's just like a guy who dies instantly. He's like an idiot. This guy has a hat. This guy's even worse. Okay, the bomber.
Okay, again,
C.
Genfru is like B.
He's like a B. I don't think he's C.
Okay, Genthru is like easily the worst of all the Hunter x Hunter villains, though.
Yeah.
What about the guy who has two scissors?
He doesn't count. Oh, Bisky. I really like.
Bisky's at least A.
I would allow S for Bisky.
Or S. Okay, if you allow S, I allow S.
Like
I mean, obviously the muscular form is just not canon, and I imagined that. So she's S, and she's perfect. And actually, she's the best character.
Bisky's one of my favorite characters. Like I really like how they add layers to her and all that.
I mean, sure.
Another great design. She's literally got layers of muscle. Let's get out a. Okay,
that's the tit lady.
Monkey guy.
C. He's fine.
Yeah, he's like, I have monkeys.
C for chimp.
Yes!
Oh, A at
least. Razor, yeah.
I say A.
Laser, blazer, taser.
A. Yeah.
I think A too. I love how he sinks the spiders with one shot.
Yeah,
the volleyball game is great.
And his relationship with Geen is so cool.
Yeah.
It is. And he has cool shoes. Do you ever notice his like sneakers? They're really
cool.
Okay, this is the store lady. Who cares? She's like, I'm in charge of a store in the game. Okay, this is Dwoon and his friend. These hang out, play video games.
Yeah, inside you there are two Togashi inserts.
Dwoon is like B.
Yeah.
The guy who he's with is like a C.
Yeah, B for B.
Guy looks like a girl.
Well, it's a small boy.
Yeah, that's how you know it is a guy.
I'm the R or something. I don't know. Kai.
Oh,
A.
A. I don't think he's S. Yeah.
Like it's strong.
He's definitely
A.
not S.
He's not around long enough to become an S.
And he had more of a role in the manga too.
I like how he punches Gon in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Twice, yeah.
I like how his power
also, his power is great.
Is like just random nonsense.
His power is pretty interesting.
I mean, it's terrible, obviously, but it's great as like a story device because it's so funny. He pulls the sniper out when it's a close range combat.
Yeah.
Also, I love how mysterious it is that like he's like, oh, did he roll the baton? That's the one he rolls if he really doesn't want to die, and it's so powerful that it literally revives him. Like, What a fucking strange thing. I always imagine him trying to fight Nefelpeter with a little stick. Like, how does he use it?
And
yeah.
and I will say the reveal that Kite came back as the girl, I did not see that coming at all. I was like cheering in my seat when that happened because Togashi just got me. He just tricked me, and it was perfect because it wasn't like he did anything underhanded. I just completely bought the red herring, and then when I look back, like, oh, of course it could be Kite. It's like that was just such a good moment.
It's funny. Okay, this is the mother of the Chimeras.
C.
The queen, if you will.
Whatever.
Yeah, she's there. I mean, she mostly says, "I must feed my baby. I must make a king."
Yeah.
Okay. We have
I
the
really like.
researcher.
I think her name is Spider or something. I like
her.
Design.
She has got a really good design. She's like a B, probably.
Yeah,
the rest of them are seasoned.
Yeah, Togashi was just watching that '70s show when he was designing these people.
Bear guy can be a C. These guys are all like, they do nothing.
I don't even
They're
remember
just like,
them.
I'm here. Okay, we have. Okay, this is confusing because this is like a town guy. This is Baby Gon's aunt.
What?
Yeah, from the flashback where she hides away and only Gin can find her. Remember?
We can just burn these.
Children.
Why would she be there twice then? Whether that's the
because
same
it's
character?
child version of her. I'm sure it's the same character. That's what she looks like, right? Okay, fine.
I mean, the hair color doesn't.
I mean, I kind of feel like there are more family members at Gon's house.
Oh no, I remember
up.
who this is. This is the girl who gets turned into a fucking ant.
Probably.
This is like their mom. These are the two kids.
The shrimp.
Yeah. This is the one who gets turned into an ant. Sorry, I fucked up. Okay, so if she's the ant, like attendant, she's like a C, maybe.
She's cute. At least at the end, the
mom and the kid are just like whatever. Okay, this is I forget this guy's name, but he's interesting. Yeah.
Isn't his name like a horse thing, or it sounds like a horse
Colt?
thing?
It is. It's Colt, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's a pretty good character.
He is hanging out with reincarnated Kaida. Oh, there she is, Ant Girl. I'll just put her instead.
Yeah.
This is her human form.
I'd say the reincarnated ones. I'd say she's a C and he's a B. Colt's a good character.
Yeah, Colt is good. Colt is B. Yeah.
Okay, we have Penguin guy who gets head destroyed by Meruem's tail.
C.
Before that, he's like a bit of a character. I think he's C, but okay. Yeah. He's like a counselor character. He's like, the strategy we should take is this. Okay, Turtle guy just is lame. No one likes him.
Okay, he's cool.
Shrimp guy. The shrimp guy is interesting. The fight is very cool.
High B. Yeah.
High B.
I really like his moment at the end.
Is like not super interesting, but just cool.
I like how he's a thug the whole time. Then at the end, he's all sad or they're letting him come back to the village.
Yes.
Yeah, that was nice.
It's like one of the best scenes.
Yeah.
No one
I don't
knows
remember this
guy. Okay,
Cheetu.
Oh fuck. Is he A?
No.
I don't think he's A. I think he's B. He's kind of like Envy. Maybe they just have the same voice actor, but they're just like constantly just being like, you suck. Also, I love that he's such an idiot that his power makes no sense. Like,
well, he just doesn't know what it does.
He comes up with the remember, Green, he makes a crossbow and he can run faster than his own shot. So the guy is like, what? like it's like it's like if Vogan's power was a gun. Like okay, this is Scorpion Lady who gets fried to a crisp. Something like Zebu or something. Yeah, with a Z.
C.
Who cares?
Okay, it's like a C. Yeah.
Also, aren't they all canonically male? Like, isn't she actually?
No, they're not all male. Nefelpetu isn't.
Because the idea is after the queen dies, they all go to random places seeking to like mate with local species, right?
I guess you must be technically right, but I think they're like. I don't think they all have dicks though.
Okay, but
like her. What about her?
I don't know.
I know she is a man because that's like a joke. They're like, I'm a big man. But
chameleon guy B probably.
Melon is his name. No, what's his name?
Melorio.
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, but he's really good. Yeah,
he's cool. He's a fun bro. I like that he joins them. It's nice.
Yeah, I like how OP his power is.
This is Centaur guy.
Centaur, yeah. He's bad.
I don't recognize these guys.
This is Wasp Lady who Killua breaks her fucking arms to shreds with his snake style. This is the guy who has a bunch of fists and Gon punches him in the head.
He's cool.
This
Koala
guy's
cool. At least, yeah.
Again, he survives at the end with Colt. He's friends with Colt.
I would actually put him A, I guess.
I'll allow it.
Really?
I
mean,
say
it's not bad. He has like an interesting. He has like a kind of like. He reminds me of Jigen from Lupin the Third, where he has a very smoky voice, like, man, he's smoking cigarettes, like, well, I don't want to do this, kid, and he spits out fucking water bullets.
Yeah, nothing personnel, kid.
Okay, we have a rabbit guy.
Oh
yeah.
fuck, what's his name?
Isn't it Ramarot or Ramit?
Yeah. Fuck.
I think it's like Ramarot.
Yeah.
B.
He's the guy who gets terrified by the king and is like,
I don't like him. I would say C.
I don't like him much. Yeah.
He's fine. He serves his role in the story well.
Yeah.
This guy sucks. Everyone hates this guy.
I get a lion, dude.
Also, it's stupid that he has just like a web pattern in the middle of his head.
That's obviously a Nen chart.
Oh, it's Leo.
Yeah.
Leo. That's it. He's interesting. I like his iPod surfing power. That's neat.
C.
Yeah, he's like C. Yeah.
He's like a C.
He's not bad.
Yeah, he's not bad, but he's also not great.
Bug guy is like a D.
I thought this was Ikari was there because he takes that.
I do really like
B.
this girl.
I love her
The
design.
design is cool.
Yeah, the design's cool.
Wait, did you put her in C?
Pig. I did.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. Okay.
You just said
S.
Oh, you want her in S? Wow, Jaws.
No, not her. Pito. I thought we were.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know about S. Like A, okay, but I don't know about S.
When I watched
I concede with
the anime, it elevates her or him.
Okay,
so much
I'll allow
compared
it,
to the
but you guys owe me a favor later.
Oh, like why don't you think that Pito is S?
I just don't know if she's quite at that level. She's definitely really good.
I mean, her whole arc is just.
She's
so
definitely
good.
the most interesting of the.
You know, there's a shocking number of characters in Hunter x Hunter where you don't know if they have dicks or not. You know, I just noticed that.
Yep, that's true.
I don't remember that being the case in Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay.
Nov.
Yeah.
Nov is cool. He's like a B.
A.
A is fine.
I think
he has a very interesting arc. I love that he's shaking and traumatized and his hair turns white.
It's just reality. Like sometimes you just lose. Moral. I love Moral. A.
Yeah.
Mushroom Man.
He's so fucking cool.
Palm.
She might be S.
Might be A. Well, I don't think she's.
I'm definitely like at least.
Hey! You owe me a favor.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I love the date scene.
Yes, the date is so good. When they introduce Palm and she's just pouring sugar into her coffee. That's one of the best character introductions.
Oh man. Okay, so
Shoot.
His name. Shoot is B.
B's fine. Knuckles
like
A, but Shoot's B.
Knuckles A. I love Knuckles.
The nicest man in the world being sent.
I love how he has a very unexpected power. Like you look at him and you're like, what's his good power? He's like, banking, bro.
Yeah.
Also, his power is really fun in that it can also kill opponents that are very strong, but it just takes a fucking long time and he has to not die. Like it's very
one of the most interesting powers. And
also it is so funny how at a certain point in the story, Meruem just has that on him, and he's like, "What is this thing?" And he doesn't even know. Like he's like, "Whatever." Yeah.
Oh,
Poof is A.
A.
Poof. Poof can be A. He's
They're probably both A.
He's interesting. And Method Yuppie is A too. I like Yuppie a lot. He reminds me a lot because he looks just like him of the final villain in Parasite.
Yes, yeah.
And he has a similar power too, which is interesting, but he's like the cooler version.
I like how he develops empathy for humans as he goes on, and
it's interesting seeing one of them evolving in real time throughout the fight. Like it's very cool. I wonder where Meruem's gonna go. Let me just check my watch real quick. Yeah.
I would be tempted to say A, but I'll allow S.
Really? He's like
he's one of the best.
People are always like the best anime villains of all time.
In manga, in stories.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah,
so cool. He should have a chat with Iskander and Gilgamesh about what it means. to be
about what it means to be king. I'm like wondering what Green thought about that scene.
Let's leave it till the very end because we're almost done here. Guy who is an octopus with a beard. Fuck off. Oh, the actual real president. But this is like his decoy.
No, that's not
this is his decoy. Yeah, this is a shitty decoy.
The figurehead.
This guy's a Super Sentai. He sucks. Oh yes.
A.
Oh
yes, in fucking deed.
Yeah.
Remember when he's too sad? He's too nice to shoot the guy in his sleep.
Yeah, he can't
he's
shoot
like,
this
I can't do
guy in
it.
the head.
No.
Yeah, it's awesome. I hate these two fucking idiots.
I have no opinion about these two.
Are those the Dart people?
Yeah, they're the Dart bros who are also weirdly touchy with each other. I hate their faces. I don't like them.
Yeah, just do it.
Yes.
Let's not even.
They have to be together because if we separate them, it would be cruel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, look, it's the undisputed greatest arc. Well done.
Yeah, remember in the final montage at the end, and they're still laying there.
Yeah. Welfin.
Well, I like this guy. A.
I think he's A. Yeah, he has such a cool arc.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I love when he stands up to Meruem. That's so fucking cool.
I love at the end where this guy, like the evil dictator guy, I love how him, Welfin, and that blonde girl are just like, yeah, we're going on a road trip together.
Yep.
like they're just these war criminals just cruising in a car.
The prime minister.
I mean,
he's kind of funny.
I don't like this guy.
Awful.
D maybe.
D.
Like he serves his purpose well, but fuck.
Reincarnate.
A at least.
Just put him next to normal kite.
Yeah.
Her, sorry, it's a girl now.
Kaito.
The actual king who just writes poetry. He's pretty funny, like a B.
I'll be right back, guys. 1 sec.
Okay.
I'll put him in B. If I were a memer, I'd be putting him in S and being like, ha ha.
Yeah,
he's the real point of the series, guys. Yeah.
We're
gonna leave the final anime arc for.
I mean, 12 of them have to be the Zodiacs. So.
Oh yeah, obviously. This whole row plus.
Or is it 11? Wait, does Netero count as one of the Zodiacs? No, right? No.
No, it's 12. You're just it's 11 per row. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. They're all here. The 12, then Aluka, the 2. I think these should be after. Then this is like these guys don't matter. It's like the guy who's
they're like the candidates.
The hacker, the hacker guy, the cute
he was pretty funny.
girl. Yeah, this is like an old fortune teller lady. This is the guy who shows up more in the Dark Continent arc, right? Like
I don't remember.
Doesn't he show up? Well, he's like the policeman hunter, and then there's this guy who is like a very pacifist dude. These guys kind of do some stuff, but they're not very interesting. Yeah, like I'd get rid of most of these. Like this one, no one cares. This one is slightly cute, so she goes D. This one sucks, obviously. This guy is stupid hacker man. This guy says a few lines. This guy says a few lines. This guy says a few lines.
Yeah, he's like a cop. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a cop. Okay.
And Jaws, are you counting Geen as one of the Zodiacs?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we have 12 Zodiacs here.
Okay, I heard you guys counting, and I was wondering.
You remember?
I know. I'm making sure Jaws remembers.
Yeah, I was thinking about Netero.
Okay, Periston's amazing. He's at least A.
Periston's amazing. Yeah, at least A, maybe even S.
I wouldn't fight S. Like he's pretty fucking good.
He is. Yeah, it's great that I always wonder because it feels like such a late arc. I always wonder how long has Togashi been sitting on this guy, just waiting to unleash him on the story. Just be like, oh god.
I mean, it's also just pretty much implied that he will play a major role later on.
And
so this guy's like a detective guy.
B.
Milky man. It's like a B. Is he B?
Most of the Zodiacs I would call B. Well, where do you want him?
Yeah. I agree. This guy's also B. I mean, I like that he has slight backstory with Hisoka, but that's it.
I think the only Zodiacs I care about that much are like Periston, Geen, and the
dog girl.
And the dog girl. What's her name? It's with a C, right?
Shido.
Cheetle.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
B,
yeah.
B, B,
Bunny girl is incredibly cute, but that's it. Yeah. Dragon guy I think might even be C, honestly, because I don't think he ever fucking says anything.
That's cool.
Snake lady never says anything. Horse guy never fucking says anything. Fucking water buffalo never says anything. The monkey guy's a bit better. He does say some things.
I like that the tiger's an idiot.
Bird lady does say something. Yeah, tiger's an idiot, and then Cheetle's like an.
Cheetle's like
A.
I'd be okay with A.
Yeah, she's fine.
I mean, she is Gon's mother.
Yes, I know.
Yep.
Okay, what about the guy?
Oh fuck.
The hunter.
Yeah, A.
I don't think he's S. Yeah, I think he's A.
Either weak S or strong A.
Yeah, he's. I'll put him here.
He's
his two best friends.
Geen is a great fucking character.
He is a great.
Yeah, it's just not.
Remember first time they cut to him and there's like he's on top of an animal and the animal's sitting on the head of another animal.
Yeah.
And he's sitting on the head of another animal.
Animals all the way down.
Okay, what do you think of the old lady who turns into a fucking
B?
Into various vehicles? I like.
Yeah, right.
I like
she's really
the cute assistant. She's like a B too.
She's cute. Yeah.
She's like up there with Canary. Well, I guess Canary's
exactly.
a B, but okay, fine.
She does not have as much.
Oh, who's this?
Yeah. I'm torn between A and S.
Wait, which character is this? Is this Alka or is it the other one?
Or Alka? Yeah.
I mean, well.
I mean, we can see it by the eyes that it's Alka.
It's Alka in the moment.
She needs to be with the Nissan.
That's fine.
When she smiles at the end, it is like the most heartwarming frame in animation.
Oh, like the scene where he is mad at Killua for telling Monica to never use the power.
Yeah, I love that so much. Yeah, she's like, you made her cry. Yeah, oh fuck, it's so good.
Damn.
We covered the only two like good long form shonen. Like this is it. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
but these are at the top of the pile.
We're done.
We did it.
Our life's work is done. We have achieved our magnum opus.
I'm curious about magic systems / systems.
See if power systems or magic systems are there.
I'm gonna look magic system first.
Final Fantasy.
Magic system ranking. Okay, this could be some
magic systems. Well, that's not.
Well, this is a few. Hold on. This has Wheel of Time.
My Hero Academia.
This is the one from the Way of Kings.
It is.
This is My Hero Academia. Yeah, this is the Way of Kings. These are the runes, like that they have for the different symbols, isn't it? This is from the Lightbringer series.
How the fuck do you know all this? I don't recognize them.
Oh, sorry. This one is from Way of Kings. Sorry, this is the Way of Kings with the swords. Sorry, this is a different one.
The Shining.
This one is from the Brandon Sanderson, the one with all the medals.
Mistborn.
Mistborn. This is the Mistborn one. This I don't know what White Sand is. Yeah, the Shining. What? Yeah, there's no
White Sand. I think is isn't it a George R. R. Martin one? No, fuck.
Why does it have a fucking anime poster?
Are you thinking?
No, it's Brandon Sanderson. White Sand is Brandon Sanderson as well.
Okay.
I think. Shit.
Okay. Yeah.
That's an incomprehensibly bad tier list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me try power system. Although that's going to be confusing in its own.
I mean, sure.
All of the objects in the solar system. Let's do that.
Very well.
I like this meteor. It's very System of a Down song. System things. Whoa.
What system? What?
Tezuka Star System. That's fun. The Tezuka Star System is like the shared universe that characters show up in. Like this guy shows up in like various stories as different characters. This guy shows up in lots of them. That's kind of interesting. Anime power
system. Okay, that's one.
Okay, it has 5.
That's
okay, great.
I mean, there's Nen, so that one already goes in S.
This one sucks. Yeah, Nen is S.
Yes.
There is no FMA. Well done, guys. Really, like, fuck you. Okay, then we have. I don't know. Dragon Ball's like a C, honestly, because it doesn't have a power system. It's just everyone goes really hard. Naruto's like a B because it has some logic.
Devil Fruits is like A, maybe.
Devil Fruits are A, and then
is also A. Yeah, and what's the
then
last one?
My Hero
Those
Academia.
are quirks.
Quirks are like B.
Yeah.
Fine.
Quirks is just the X-Men.
Quirks are shittier devil fruits. Like they're just devil fruits, but less interesting. Yeah. Well, that was fun.
I mean, there has to be one with more. Shonen anime power system tier list. How many are listed?
Oh,
3. Wow. Yeah.
Power system.
Who makes those
Okay,
lists?
this one is just Black Clover anime power system tier list, but the end.
That's-
Okay, this one is more.
Oh, okay. This one is more. Okay, that's okay. This might be worth it.
But okay,
there
this is
actually
like
power
I
systems
think
in
this
it.
is like power scaling kind of. I guess because like Attack on Titan, I guess it's the system of how the Titans work. But
Yeah. Okay, let's do this one.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
What I've only seen the first season of Attack on Titan, so I can't comment. They turn into big guys and they punch. Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe we should put others in first and then slot it in later, like based on where we put the other ones.
Well, I'm just gonna put like I'm gonna make an extra one for just don't know.
I mean, I do know, but I wouldn't know where to put it based on what.
No,
else
I'm not saying I'll put that one there. I'm just saying it for Black Clover and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea what the power system is in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this can go here.
Black
Okay,
Clover
so
goes
Bleach.
Bleach is actually not
because
bad.
Bleach is not bad. It might be B probably, maybe A.
Yeah, let's start out with putting it in B.
Let's
and
start
maybe
with Bleach
adjusting
and B
it
because
later.
the Zanpakuto system is interesting.
Yeah, with Bankai is basically externalizing your own soul and then
Bankai
forcing
is
it on the
usually
world
where
around
it
you.
becomes interesting. But even before that, there are some Shikais that actually have interesting abilities.
Like Kira's Shikai that just doubles the weight with everything he strikes.
With everything
cool.
it strikes. That's interesting.
Okay,
so
Chainsaw Man
is interesting because I don't think it's like as good as Bleach really because it is like it's a better series, but the powers in themselves are much more metaphorical and like very straightforward.
Yeah, and they're not as connected to like the characters and their stage. By the way, it's green here. I haven't heard them say. Okay.
I will say I think it might be B, but like lower because of just some very interesting ones later on, like having ones where you have weird sacrificial powers to do with them, like.
I'm trying to think
like Angels, for example, where he gives
that
amount of years to make different weapons is cool. The one like the Makima's one where she has to like splotch people squish them to make like new. There's like some vaguely interesting.
Let's put it into lower B.
It could be like lower B. Demon Slayer, I don't know.
I don't know enough. Dragon Ball, I don't know. Not really.
I mean, Dragon Ball, like I've watched a fair amount, and like generally, it's just like guy who has more chi is cooler. But I'll just put here whatever.
Wait,
Fairy Tales
in Demon Slayer, aren't the powers like not even real? Like, aren't the sword things supposed to be metaphorical?
I had no fucking idea.
I feel like I've heard that.
Well, there are still powers because there's like demons, like there's the spider guy who has like spider powers. I don't know. Fairy Tail is just fucking awful because everyone just has like a random element that they semi-control usually, and that just it just ends up with them just like firing a certain thing at each other. Like Natsu's like, I make fire and I fire, and then someone else like, I have electricity and I shoot it and I do ice. It's like a fucking children's book. Alchemy might be S.
It's probably S, yeah.
Because it is such a versatile, elegant system where it can be both incredibly simple and dumb and just be like they make a door, or it can be very interesting. Like they turn something into helium and then they ignite it,
and they don't like nothing in the story happens that like breaks the system or is like an egregious error or something.
Well, unless it's on purpose, like Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, Hunter and then obviously the highest one
system ever made. Yeah, but because it is like so perfectly versatile, yet has just enough rules to make it cool. Like, God, I spent so much time as a teenager inventing Hunter Hunter powers.
Stands, I
think, are A.
Yeah.
They're really cool, but they can be very hit or miss. Like, there are some fucking stupid ass stats.
Yep. Like, remember how confusing King Crimson is? People
That's
almost
a good one, though.
people almost needed a video explaining how it
Yeah.
worked.
Okay,
Was it one
Jujutsu
of the
Kaisen
more
is weird
popular
because
ones?
it's like Jujutsu Kaisen is like
Yeah.
the better stands of Jujutsu Kaisen are because it's emulating Hunter x Hunter, but well. And
Yeah.
then there are some that are just like kind of lame. So I think it's like a B.
Yeah, and the system is not that where it's kind of fleshed out, but it's sort of lazy in a way. Like it's not that well explained in a way.
Whenever
yeah.
people start going on diatribes about cursed energy and reverse cursed energy, my brain like shuts off because they're like just it's just like fucking nonsense. They're just saying jargon. Like
Yeah,
there's
and
the-
it gets way worse later.
Yeah.
Like in the current thing, it's just words basically. But
My least
it has the weirdest and most interesting, or well,
yeah.
the most creative power that I've ever seen in anything. So
The
at least
least
that's
interesting powers in Jujutsu Kaisen are just like energy based and weird like attack things, but there are some really interesting ones in there too. Like I love the
like
guy with a sword that divides things in 2/3 is really cool. The guy with the paper powers was pretty
I've mentioned this to you at some point, but I'm not going to explain the power. But it involves if a person, if a fictional person, actually a person from an anime in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, it depends if that person shits his pants or not. That has an impact on what happens, and that's real.
Okay, that's great. Magi, I watched the first season of it and it was terrible, so I'm going to say
I watched a little bit of it and then I dropped it.
all the
even
powers
remember
were just
any
like
magics in it.
lame element. The guy has like a genie. Oh, cool. My Hero
Okay,
can be.
My Hero
Can
Academia
be
is
I don't know if it's
B.
in this context.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's B or C, but I'll give it B
I
for
would say
something
it's
better.
B. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mob.
man.
Mob
Mob
is
Psycho-
actually interesting.
This is interesting, yeah, because the
Yeah.
powers are very like most of them are very just generic, like telekinesis tropes, like or just like paranormal tropes where it's like
Yeah.
there's like mad ghost plants and teleportation and like shooting fucking laser beams, but the way they utilize them is very interesting. Like I really like the fight between the blind guy and everyone else. Is
I don't
really fucking
remember.
interesting. You
What
remember
does
like
Mr. Green say?
you remember the lieutenant of the main bad guy with the orange hair? He's like a black haired dude with a little suit, and he has like black eyes, and he like instant teleports between objects, and he can like swap people around and shit. And he ends up
It's
fighting like a big gang. Yeah.
I don't remember. In a
Green.
What?
What do you think?
Yeah, you like Mob.
Are you there?
Wait, what are we talking about?
About Mob's
Okay,
power system.
Take your
Oh.
coffee.
I think Mob is fine. It's very straightforward, or it's not very developed, but it doesn't need to be because it's just psychics or magic.
I just spotted
C,
Toradora in
Probably
here, and
B.
I'm wondering, like, what the fuck?
Probably
What?
B. Do you think the powers? I'm not talking about the fight
No,
scenes. I'm saying the powers in
not
Mob
say
Psycho
B.
are they comparable to My Hero Academia? I don't.
I would say My Hero is probably better in terms of powers because in Mob basically everyone has the same power.
That's what I'm
except for
saying.
weak
So
people,
like I think it's like a tier. I think Chainsaw Man might be C, and I might have been too like
okay.
what's the word, generous earlier because it has a few cool ones, but for the most part it is kind of the same thing where it's like the powers in themselves aren't that interesting. The fight scenes are pretty cool. Like for example, neither of the powers of Denji or of Beam are interesting, but the fight scene where he's riding Beam is very fun. Okay, we have Naruto.
Naruto at its best is A, like before the bullshit
Really?
stuff.
That's
Yeah,
probably
I think
true.
I think the early chakra
B
system was
is
really good.
Early
Okay.
Naruto, they actually did a really good job of explaining how powers
Yeah.
worked. Eventually, it just
Yeah,
all
with
turned
chakras
into.
and hand signs.
Eventually,
and
it all just
stuff.
turned into going Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
That's true. It had something
Yeah.
cool there though. One Piece, I would say A.
yeah.
Because there are so many cool devil fruits, and the mechanics of them are very interesting. Also, when you layer haki on top of it, it makes it
Yeah, right. The hockey also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool.
One Punch Man
One
is
Punch
simple, but I
Man.
like the idea behind it, where
Yeah,
your
I think it's better than
mentality
Mob
leads to
Psycho.
getting powers.
In terms of the powers, I mean,
Where people who become
enjoy that there are
obsessed
some
with
more
things
interesting
turn into
ones.
monsters or get powers, and that's a fun idea.
If you do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups and run 100,
Your hair will fall out.
If you do nothing but eat crab for 3 days, you turn into a giant crab.
you turn into crab one day. Yeah.
What's
Pokemon
this?
Pokemon is a meme, obviously. Katekyo Hitman Reborn, I've watched. The powers in it, I think it's like a C. Like there are some kind of interesting ones. For the most part, they are just like over-explained versions of what ends up being ultimately just people shooting colored beams at each other. But there are some like vaguely interesting ones. Sword Online doesn't have a power system. It's a joke, obviously. Where the only ability.
Well, Michi, it does have a power system. It's just the electricity grid.
The only power in Sword Online is my health regens, and I can dual wield. Oh, that's so cool, dude.
I mean, there's Toradora in here, which does not have a power system, so I'm wondering.
Yes, it does. If you grab the sword and you hit the guy, that's a meme. I'm not indulging this.
Okay,
Tokyo Ghoul, you're the boss, Jaws.
Has the same problem as Naruto, that it starts out decently with some rules, but kind of power creeps and gets weird and dismissed later. So I would say C.
Okay.
It's not the powers that are fun about this one. Not
this
really.
Is silly. Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay, so this is weird because prior to the Dark Tournaments, not very interesting. Dark Tournament starts to have some cool ones, and the arc right after it, the chapter Black, has actual like Hunter x Hunter powers in it. Like that's where it starts. There's like a guy who has like video game and game show powers. Like it's interesting. So I think I would say B, honestly. Like if we're taking the whole of it.
I have no input. I have not watched enough of it.
Okay. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Probably A.
Not an anime, but fine. But yeah, it's
never
like
seen.
It's an A.
Very elegantly
Horiko,
done.
I watched like 3 episodes and I was like, "Fuck this." Fire Force.
D.
I've read the manga.
F.
No,
G.
shut up. The powers are cool. Like
H.
later, they become even more interesting. I think it's like a B. Why is there no Soul Eater? Why is there no fucking Soul Eater? What kind of Zoomer piece of shit made this fucking
The guy
list?
probably put Fire Force and had a stroke.
Okay, and Attack on Titan we left for the last. Oh, and Green Jaws has Red Undead Unluck. Yeah.
I've watched the first season, or well, the season that was out. I would say B.
B?
Or Undead.
Really?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. And Attack on Titan, I don't know, it's probably like a C compared to all of these.
I mean, it's very simple as well.
If it's like Chainsaw Man, kind of, that seems fine to me.
Fine.
This looks good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yep.
We sure did it. Awesome.
We sure did.
What time was it?
And I'm not necessarily ending the call. I think we should end the stream.
But this is
though.
enough. Yeah, this is probably enough tier list. So I'm happy with these results. Well, I will post these in the server.
Yes.
In service of the server.
For posterity, because the future needs to know.
When we were saying the powers in Bleach, I just remembered we were counting all the Bankais and Shikais, but we also have the Fullbringer powers, which some of which are so interesting.
And we have Quincy powers and
that's
Rancor Resurrection.
Well, Rancor ones are almost like Rancor ones are basically Shikais and Bankais. Like
yeah, but in terms of
Fullbring is a bit different because Fullbring is like there's a special rules and I abide them. Yeah. And Quincy's, I don't even fucking remember what they do. I think it's also like Bankai, isn't it? They're also my royal baboombas or whatever the fuck they do.
It's like the different powers that Bach bestowed on his people.
Many powers, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna pee.
Okay, well, I'm gonna end the stream.
That's the final word on the stream.
That is the final power system, is P, the strongest of all.
Yeah, that's the power system from Made in Abyss.
Yeah, that's what it runs on.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, click.